Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another informative episode of the Cigar City Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Jack Austin, and with me, as always, is Nello Camarota.
Hi, guys.
Nello, how are you doing today?
I'm wonderful.
Very good. Clay, what's up?
Hey, roll tide, man.
Roll freaking tide. Ryan, how are you, buddy?
I am fucking swell.
Yeah, I bet you are.
You are fucking swell, buddy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Lots of big things have happened in the sports world. Let's dive right in, shall we? First and foremost, the reigning, defending, three-time Stanley Cup champion Tampa Bay Lightning kick it off tonight. That is Tuesday, October 12th.
Right after they hang that banner.
Mm-hmm. What does that banner represent, Nello?
2 championships in a row. And it hurt. It's going to hurt because the wax strips are coming, so...
And this guy has the nerve, the gall to come in here and all Philadelphia Flyers.
It's the one time of the year we're all even and I could be in first place. You're not taking it away from me. I already told Jack this, and I'm telling you the same thing.
I bet he bought that jersey at a fucking flea market.
Yeah, probably. There's beer stains on it. For God's sakes, that don't.
And I don't even drink beer.
Yeah, I don't even. It's been a while since I've drank anything, so I'm like, wow.
Yeah, and you found that.
It shrank a little bit, though, I think.
Right.
I feel like it shrank. I definitely haven't gotten bigger.
Yeah.
That's what I tell myself, too, when my clothes don't fit.
He has gotten smaller. They took something out of you recently.
Yeah, they took my gallbladder out. I did get a little bit smaller, but apparently...
That's honestly the smartest weight loss decision anyone's ever made. Just take my gallbladder.
Take that spleen while you're in there.
Yeah.
You need that. Take one of them kidneys.
I don't want to lose any more organs.
Put it on ice.
No, yeah, that's not a great idea.
Get rid of that appendix while you're at it, too.
That's gone, too. See ya.
I want to know when they figured out how people could live without certain stuff.
Well, trial and error, right? Hey, let's cut this, see what happens.
I think it's right there with the guy that decided we can drink of all animals cow's milk.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest.
He's like, you know what? The calves are always sucking on them things, and I'm going to find out what's in there.
The horse's milk tasted like shit.
And so first of all, he also got into it with somebody who got the less fat version of the milk. So he convinced them to drink cow's milk, and they were like, you know what? I can work with this. And they went and, pasteurized it and got 2%, 1%. And I don't know who's more fucked up, the first guy that went and drank it or the guy who decided to make 6 different versions of it and distill it and make it his life work. Which of those guys is weirder?
We need to start talking about sports.
Okay.
Well, Becky, the crop still ain't good. I've tried the pig. I've tried the horse. The goat's kind of bitter, but I can take it.
Listen, honey.
All we got left's them cows.
I need you to trust me and know that I had you in my heart the whole time.
The dog bit me.
But... yeah, he made me angry. I was pissed off, and I walk out there, and I be goddamn if Bessie's teeth weren't swelled to the brim. And I said, well, maybe just to ease her along, I'll draw upon them succulently.
Wow.
Or he said, you know what? Grab me a bucket. I think there's a lot of titty milk in there. We need to get on that. And then he got it back, threw it in the bar. It's still warm. And he was like, anybody got a glass? Yeah, fuck it. I'll just bury my face in there. And he was the first guy to drink cow's milk. And then in confession, the pastor was like, what in the hell's gotten into you, Jim?
I'm going to let it slide, Jim, because that $500,000 deposit you made for us here at the church was very generous. Because that guy he's got to be I mean, the family's got to be taken care of.
Well, milk's been around a long time. I'm sure he's long dead.
Well, yeah, but the family, I guess they didn't have patents back then.
There's a chance that the guy that invented milk also thought that, the world rested on the shell of a turtle or something.
We running this milk bit a little long.
We are. Okay. Sorry. We'll get off it.
Where's the sports stuff coming?
We're still in audio jack.
All right.
And scene.
Go Bolts, baby. Sorry, I got off.
I can't believe this guy's giving me shit. This is one time a year I can wear a Flyers jersey and not be in last place.
Well, we got to give you shit every day that we see you.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a good thing about these Bolts starting tonight because the Rays
just let us down.
Let us down even more than they did last year.
Yeah.
That was terrible. I said it. We'd have been better off against that Yankees bullpen.
Pitching.
Because we could put up enough runs, but man, They did worse than I thought.
I thought they
Pitching.
showed tremendous spirit against the Red Sox winning here. Losing that first game at home was tough, but to come back and have a game like that where they went up 5 super early.
I mean, one
and
was a
you were able
bullshit
to-
call.
Yeah.
That ground rule double where it bounced off his chest or head or neck or whatever that crap is.
Yeah, but it's like any other sport. You can't let your game ride on that. If you're going to beat them convincingly, congratulations to the Red Sox. Off you go. But I don't know why at the end of that game you don't just load them up and give yourself every possible chance.
I got to be honest with you. I think so. Obviously, Boston had their ace in against the Yankees. I think, I mean, let's be honest. Game 1, the Rays did beat them convincingly.
Yeah.
I think, and I can't remember who was pitching, but I think they played their bullpen the best way they could.
Yeah.
I mean, we spanked them nicely, and then Game 2,
It was
man, we
bad.
got up again fast, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, we're going to stop getting on base, and we're going to let y'all score 9 runs.
Yeah.
I really think our bullpen was tired. I really think they had been playing lights out all year.
Yeah, well, but
And
they
you
should
can't-
have been
you-
tired.
You can't piece together a bullpen that's going to carry you like they've done all year, especially after Glasnow went down.
Yeah.
There hasn't really been a good starter that's eating innings since Glasnow
If
goes
he'd
down.
have been there, yeah, it might have been a totally different
Which
ball
is why
game,
I'm
of
more
course,
pissed about
but
the Rays not going after a guy like Scherzer
Dude.
when they know they're built to win. They
pi-
needed a stud.
the bullpen's there. That bullpen was they're there. They're not tired. They shit the bed.
I know, but you needed innings eater in the playoffs. One of those 4 games, somebody needed to come in and go 6-7 innings, and they just didn't have that
Because they weren't pitching up to their caliber.
because they're mostly
That's not what that was.
they're
They were
not-
not pitching as well as they should have been.
They
as
should have went
could
after
been.
Scherzer. They should have given up a young arm in the damn farm system and be like, "This is our chance. It's now or never. We're not going to be able to keep these guys together for longer. Why not go after Scherzer with 6-month rental and one of the best?"
If you only look at that,
That's just what I
okay,
think.
it makes sense. But when you look at the rest of what they got, then no, they made a smart decision. They can't just go get everybody they want, everybody that's available that they'd like to
It
have.
was a 6-month rental on the end of his contract. You knew he wasn't going to re-sign. Why not give up one of those young prospects?
You've got these guys coming in, Franco.
right.
You've got a Rosarina. You got I keep wanting to say Victor Cruz, Nelson Cruz.
Right. He's
I mean,
gone after this year because he was a rental.
But I'm saying they can't just go get everybody they want.
But they could have given up one of those young guys.
You know how they
Brujon
can,
or
though?
Wells.
cheap ass Stu Sternberg forking up a little more money to get all the guys they want.
Yeah.
They got the money, they just don't want to spend it. So now I'm glad that we have our Lightning back tonight.
Yep.
I hate I'm going to miss like the first probably period and a half, but I'm interested to see how we do. We just named the last 2 starting spots yesterday, I believe.
Yeah. They announced all their starters this year, and it looks really strong.
It looks strong, but I'm worried about the youth. That's an entitled thing to say at this point.
I mean, Braden Point.
God, so spoiled. 2 Stanley Cups in a row. Oh, the youth.
Well, I mean,
Don't
listen,
like
you got
it.
expansion draft. You got obviously the cap situation that they were faced with knowingly. But hey, look at what they did with it.
And
That's
the,
fine.
the
but-
expansion draft did hurt losing Yanni Gord. That's going to be noticed unless we change up our play style because he's so aggressive and he flies all around the ice and he is a problem child for other teams. So we need to figure out how to beat that or who's going to step up and play that role.
I don't know if you guys will win, but you guys you'll be fine. You'll make the playoffs easy.
Yeah. Well, as long as we've got 3 things: Victor Hedman,
Yeah.
Mikhail Sergachev, and Andrei Vasilevsky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
not to
think
mention, we just extended Cooper for another 4 years, I think it is.
3 years.
Thought it was
3
3.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3.
You have
I mean-
Vasilevsky. Like once you have him, you're basically at least guaranteed one of those wild card spots.
And those guys are locked up for 6 and 7 years. And we've also got Kucherov, Braden Point, Steven Stamkos. I mean, our team is
Isn't Palat
loaded.
still there, too?
Palat's still there. Killorn's still there. It's
and you've
gonna
got
be,
some of the guys that came up like Coburn and them,
Sorelli.
Maroon is still there.
Yeah.
Heart and soul.
Yeah. No, he's certainly not. That's Vasilevsky.
Hey, listen,
100%.
you got part of the Flyers on the team. Brian Elliott, former Flyer.
Very nice.
Back up there, back up here. Love it.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. Let's talk about, before we get into our picks and the review of last week, let's talk about this fight we got playing on here in the background. I think 3 out of 4 of us have seen it.
I don't know what I'm looking at right now.
He's looking at the
What
entrance,
is this guy doing?
the entrance for the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury.
Oh, I see. He's kind of gypsy. He's got moves like Jagger.
But it's not gypsy-ish. It's like
No, that's very gypsy.
300-ish.
No, that's gypsy. I'm pretty sure the gypsies kind of came from there.
Well, all of our known Gypsy listeners, if you wouldn't mind just commenting and letting us know, I'll leave out a couple of broken microwaves for you guys to pick up. And
I
strip
feel
down.
like his string bra is too high and it's not supporting his moves.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
He is
I don't
really.
know.
So
don't
let's
even know
talk
what to
about
say
the
to
fight.
He is making love to this camera right now with his eyes.
He is. I think before this fight started, I said
I don't even want to know.
Deontay Wilder is going to come out with this new strategy, but he's not going to be able to keep it up.
And
He's
you
going
were-
to revert back to his old ways, and it took him getting to the third round to do that.
Yeah, he came out nice. He was coming with a jab. He was keeping him away, but as the fight went on, the jab just kept getting lower and lower and lower and lower. But his face was getting pounded in.
Yeah.
Like I said, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
And that's exactly what happened to Wilder.
But you got to admit, the difference between this fight and the other two fights is Wilder at least was like, you know what? He's going to get me. I'm going to get him. One of us is going to end up not getting up. And I got to give Wilder props. Like, that fight, that heart he had. Dude, he was taking headshots and then getting leaned on and body shots. Wilder's ribcage must have been on fire.
I'm going to give him some props for the way that he fought in the ring, but I'm not going to give him props for refusing to shake Tyson Fury's hand after the fight and leaving there like that. That's kind of a bitch move. This guy has beat you essentially 3 times, and you still can't give him just a little bit of respect for what he's done?
You would think he would.
It's an ego thing, man. They're fighters.
Doesn't matter.
Nah,
pride. There's a
but-
lot
but-
going into this
sportsmanship.
fight.
But
Yeah.
that is
Exactly.
that should hurt a man's ego if he can't make himself do that.
Yeah.
But I mean,
That's the issue.
look at the second fight. He's like, "Oh, this happened. He cheated." You knew Wilder
get
was
it,
going to
but-
pull something like that.
Now I did read though.
It's 2 fights in a row. His guy's been in the room watching the gloves get taped up, and he's calling him a cheater all 2 times.
I
Yeah.
did read though. Wilder did make a statement and gave Fury props. Right? I'm not making that up, am I?
No, he
swear
said
I read
something
that.
like he was tougher than me and he won. He didn't come in 40 pounds heavier than me to tiptoe or dance or something along those lines. He roughed me up, which he did. He used that advantage every time. You get leaning on a fighter that's got 40 pounds less than you. It's gonna hurt.
It doesn't hurt you so much as take away your wind, and as you could see with Wilder by round 5, he was looking like a zombie out there.
Yeah, I told you he's going to take him to deep water. And about that 7th, 8th round, it was over. I knew Wilder was done.
He got caught in the 4th round though, Fury twice.
He did. And you could see when he was down that it probably just messed with his equilibrium more so than knocked him out, because he was looking around like, shit, okay, can't go down like this again. And then he'd pop right back up.
And honestly, that first one, I think he realized that he was near the bell.
Yeah.
And he just was like, I'll just take this breather and I'll go down now. I'll rest for a second
Yeah.
and then come back.
How about all the internet warriors saying that this count was long too, that he didn't get up for the bell? I'm like, he was up at 6, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
He was up at 6 or 7.
Right. So just because you get up, that doesn't mean that the count stops. He's going to wait until you are, that time is done. If you're not up by then, if he gets to that 7 or 8 and you're up, he'll then ask you, are you okay? Walk to me. Walk over here. Put your gloves up. And yeah, Wilder was not getting a generous call, and neither was Fury.
Do you guys think that his corners did him wrong and letting him fight that long? Because I mean, at the 9th round, you could start seeing that Wilder, while he was all heart and courage, and I give him props, he was barely holding on.
I mean, I'm sure, too, they came to the corner and asked him, bro, you want us to stop this? And he's probably like, no.
Well, not after that second
and
fight,
his
right?
last team got fired because they tried to save his life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breland should get an award because
Like you were talking about pride, there's an amount of pride to it. Like, any boxer stands a puncher's chance.
Right.
So if I can catch him one time, and I've had him wobbly, I can win this fight. I know I'm not winning by score, but if I can land the right hand, I can beat this guy.
I know. One of my favorite sports guys is Rocky, and he looked like he went through a meat grinder. But if I was a manager and my fighter looked like Rocky, I might have thrown in the towel.
Well, that goes down to the relationship. This guy's been with Deontay for what, a year?
Yeah.
So he maybe is like, you know what, this check is great. I'll cash it. Sure, you don't want me to throw in the towel, I won't.
I thought it was one of the best fights. We were talking about it. You said the same thing. It was one of the best fights I've ever seen live.
Yeah. It's definitely an instant classic. People will be talking about this fight for a really long time, and this whole series for that matter. But Wilder was just not able to hang with him in any of the fights.
No.
Nah.
So. And then you also can't throw in the towel because this is probably Wilder's last fight.
Yeah.
Oh, you think he's done?
I think he's done after this.
He's already said he's not, but he said that right after he lost, maybe trying to save face. I don't know what else he's got to prove, because at the end of the day, no matter who he goes off and fights, he still has to come back and fight Tyson.
Fury. Exactly. All roads lead back to him.
And Fury's like, yeah, there's no point. I'm going to beat you, and there's nothing in it for Tyson Fury to take the fight again.
Yeah.
They want to do Joshua Wilder and then Usyk Fury.
Well, I think that the Usyk Fury is going to be a more entertaining fight.
Usyk is really small compared to Tyson.
Well, that's
Fury,
what I was going to say. I don't know if they would even fight.
Well, they would have to because he wants all the belts.
But he doesn't control that.
Well, I mean, yes, because Joshua has got a rematch clause that's been
so they're fighting
exercised.
first.
Yeah,
they are fighting first. And I don't know, that might be a different fight because Joshua learns really well. When he lost to Ruiz and he came back, he was a completely different dude.
Yeah, but then what happened against Usyk? He just found somebody who's just
it's another level.
Yeah,
That's that age old saying. There's levels in boxing, and Usyk was just on a different level. But that being said, let's take a look at a little college football, shall we? Let's do that. Let's look at the fact that I think everybody at the table's team except for Ryan.
Yep. I'm the only one that got to win, you bunch of losers.
Are you kidding me? This guy. All right.
But first, I want to talk about the elephant in the room. And we all know what that means.
I think we do.
Wait.
Penn State got their ass whooped by Iowa.
Whoa, okay. See, this is what I'm talking
crazy.
about. No, that's dumb. See, to say ass whooped, I will not accept. I won't accept that. They got the lead with what? Was that a minute or 2 minutes left in the game? And Penn State had zero offense in the second half. Once Clifford was done, that quarterback could not hit a barn if the door was closed.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys need some better recruiting.
Yeah, I guess if you're, I guess.
You guys have some.
I didn't even watch that game.
That game, you should have watched that defense play its heart out for 3 quarters and a half. Because they had field position between their 40 and our 40 the whole second half.
Yeah.
We were pinned down in Iowa. Hats off. We lost, absolutely, but Penn State, fuck, what a game.
How about
that defense? What a defense.
The best game of the weekend, I don't care who you are, was that Red River Rivalry with Texas and Oklahoma.
Woo-wee.
That was a game.
Arkansas Ole Miss was good, too.
Yeah. Well, that was another thing I want to talk about. Why would you go for 2 if you're Arkansas?
Hey, go for the win, man.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
He thought that quarterback
if
was
they
down.
tie and they lose, they still lose. If they tie and they win, where are they really going to go?
You take the points there.
Where are they sitting in the bowl? It's going to be like the Music City Bowl.
But you're guaranteed a position in that Kentucky rules overtime that they do in college or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
So I'd go for the tie.
Yeah, same here. Because I felt like in an overtime situation, Arkansas had the upper hand.
And they would have been able to get rested, and they weren't like breathing down whatever. Like that, you just ran through a 2-minute drill.
Mm-hmm.
That's honestly, the coach probably didn't think they could beat him.
Well, he's a very confident dude, and I got to say, he has made Arkansas a team worth talking about again.
In 2 years, might I add. That's one of the quickest turnarounds in the SEC that I've ever seen.
And that is not what I think they should make the parameter for coaches and turnarounds. That's the exception, man. For Arkansas to be as relevant as they have been this year, that's a huge deal.
Well, how many games they win last year?
I don't think they won any games last year that mattered.
I think they won like 2 or 3.
They were close to a few upsets.
I think they won 2 or 3. Mm-hmm. I know they won both of their non-conference.
Right.
Which that does count. Not last year. Year before. Last year was all SEC games.
Well, no,
because of COVID. But the year I'm talking about the year before last, his first year.
This was his second year, so last year was his first.
I thought the year before last was his first.
No.
Huh. All right. Well, either way, I'm talking about year before last when it was normal scheduling. Anyway.
Since 2019.
Okay. So, yeah, 2019. That was the first year. Was the year before COVID.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I thought I was right.
Hello, McFly.
Whatever.
Yeah, they were 2-10 overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
So what
0-8
he's done
conference.
now? What he's done now is
0-8
really good.
conference.
Yeah, they only won their non-conference games. I thought I remember that correctly. I'm glad you decided to Google that because
You're welcome.
you didn't trust me.
Oh, he came out of Georgia.
Yeah. Do you know who
Yeah.
you replaced? Bye, Lima. All right, moving on. We're spending way too much time on this shit game.
Yeah.
What shit game?
It was a
Arkansas
great
Ole Miss
game,
was a
but nobody
great game.
cares about these teams.
Oh, man, I would have loved to see Lane Kiffin lose on the sidelines.
Woo-wee, Sue Pig.
Well, you want to talk about that ass whooping the
Yikes.
fucking Texas A&M gave you? Is that what you want to
they
talk
do.
about?
That's what they do. Yeah, let's go and get into it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's talk about the air quotes ass beating
Yeah,
that happened.
The 3-point loss.
Hey,
Hey, they beat us.
it don't matter.
What
if
are you
win
talking
by an
about?
inch
I know.
or a mile.
right.
Winning
All right, Vin.
is winning.
Y'all
I got
didn't get close
family.
till the fourth.
I know.
Whooping.
They beat us.
Whooping.
Bill O'Brien did what I was afraid Bill O'Brien would do.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
When they hired him.
Yeah.
Jack will tell you. I had very big concerns about Bill O'Brien from the beginning.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
pretty
the
sure I've
Texans
said
all
them to
about.
you.
No, yeah.
Still do.
That's the Texans all about,
and
Bill.
you're first and goal from the 3, and you have to kick a field goal. You're first and goal from the 4, and you have to kick a field goal. And you have Brian Robinson, who had the game of his career last week and is averaging over 5 yards a carry at the point in the game this week.
Yeah.
And you throw the ball every freaking time.
Yeah, that didn't make sense. I felt our defense was lackluster too,
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
listen. I got nothing negative to say. No excuses. Texas A&M, they came out ready to play. They were ready for
surprised,
war,
boys.
man.
That's a tough stadium, that 12th man, but at the same time, fire Pete Golding.
Yeah.
Get it out of here. Get it
I
out of
could
here.
not.
It's done.
I couldn't believe that Texas A&M offense looked that good when they looked that shitty against Arkansas's defense.
I'll tell you this though: for the rest of the year, you're going to see Saban very close with the defensive coordinator,
Yeah.
telling him exactly what he's going to be calling.
I wish he'd fire him and just run the defense himself, but I know he's not going to do that.
We were talking about it earlier. Saban's too classy of a guy to fire somebody mid-season.
There's nothing classless about it. If you're not getting the job done and the head coach is a defensive coach, then absolutely it's completely classy to fire the guy that's not getting the job done and do it yourself.
But I mean, that just goes to you guys being Alabama. I mean, the guy literally, you lost one game by 3 points.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, get the fuck out of here. You're
Get
fired.
out of here. You're fired.
Here's to give you why I feel this way. It's not an entitled thing. Remember, I was there during Shula. It was bad. I saw it in person.
That's not nice. Poor Mike.
Here's to give you why I feel this way. Any coach that has the caliber and depth of talent that we have on defense, if the head coach is a defensive coordinator by nature, whatever, for lack of better words, and their guy that they hired is not getting the job done, not just because we lost this game, but because we should have kept Florida to Emory Jones should not have been able to move the ball on us like that at all. He's not that good. We were not getting to the backfield there, just like we didn't get in the backfield. This dude at A&M didn't even have a fucking grass stain. We did not touch him. It was terrible. And then you look at some of these other games.
He was a hell of a quarterback, though. He
Yeah.
did at one point make a throw on the run, 60 yards on a
Which
dime.
was surprising that he could pull to throw like that, seeing what he looked like.
That's
in
fine,
earlier
but
in the
if we
season.
should have been in his
Against
face,
that
offensive
defense.
line is not good enough. We should have pressured him more and should have had several sacks. Then you look at Miami, and you take how we let Miami score on us the same as they did against freaking Appalachian State, man. Our defense has so much talent and depth, and he's not getting the most out of the players.
Is that the same guy who's your coordinator last year, too? Or
Yeah.
when he
I
won a
think-
national championship?
right, like
This is Alabama.
could be talent.
Grab a defensive coordinator somewhere else. Plug them in.
I don't
felt-
know if that's how that
Dude,
works
If
either.
they
I just-
do
I
the
find
job
it-
right, They get
find
it.
it crazy that like a team that's always there, and I don't know how long that guy's been there.
Not
but-
long.
2 years.
Okay, 2 years. You won a national championship. He loses one game.
Trash.
Man.
Throw him in the
throw him away.
trash.
Like, come on, man. Like, I mean, I get it. I'm going to be quite honest, and I don't think
I think you're forgetting about
not
our
look
offense last year.
nearly as dominant at all as
He's
it
not
has
wrong
lately.
either.
I think you're forgetting about our offense last year.
It doesn't matter. He's got a point. You guys aren't nearly as dominating as you were in past years.
And
You
I'm going
can't
to be quite
deny
honest.
that.
I'm not really seeing a team that's
Yeah, I can.
dominant in the NCAA really at all.
I want to
It's
see
just
you
like-
guys play Georgia.
I do too.
Georgia is the team that's dominating.
Yeah.
That Auburn win gave me what I needed to see to say, okay, they're the real deal.
Poor Bo Nix.
Now
can't get a
Gator,
receiver.
now the Gator game that will seal that deal. They
Yeah.
beat the Gators by more than 10, and I'm going to be like, all right, here's your national champion.
Kentucky's a trap game.
But yes, other than Georgia, I agree with you 100%.
Like,
Go ahead.
I was going to say, no. Alabama in previous years, I've been like, yo, give it to them all day. But this year, I'm just like, they look beatable.
Something doesn't
Like,
look
very beatable. It doesn't look, it didn't
like
look like the
their
same
past.
football team
I'll agree
that
with
has
him.
won national championships.
I'll agree with him.
I think it's the difference in the play calling. It's
Agreed.
what Clay said, because think about the strength that Bama's had for up until the last 5 years has been our running game, our running backs. And the last 2 years with Bill O'Brien, it's been nothing but this year with Bill O'Brien, it's been nothing but passing plays. He's trying to institute an NFL offense in the college when you need to realize that your strength and what's going to win the game is a guy named Brian Robinson, who's averaging over 5 yards carry.
Well, he's trying to get a program in the college football ranks.
I'm
because
sure.
I
I'm
don't
sure
think
he
wants to
is,
be
but
there.
that's the problem. And another thing that got me, I don't know if you guys watched the whole game.
No, I didn't.
No, I
but-
was watching
at all.
Fury.
They didn't adjust.
No.
They were having a perfect blitz scheme, and not once did the offense change to where we'd throw like a regular screen pass. It all had to be these flashy passes that I was just like, I get that we're good. We're talented enough to do this, but you're not adjusting when you need to be moving down the field. So I just think it's more on Bill O'Brien than the defense. The defense looked really sloppy, but our offense was getting off the field too often. But it's, in terms of our offense not being as good as it has in recent years,
We were talking about a whole team.
I thought we were just talking about.
Well, I mean, on both sides of the ball, to be
Yeah.
quite
Yeah,
honest.
look,
well, they've thrown up the records of where the quarterbacks have done and what the offenses have done, and the only one who's outproduced him is Mac Jones, who's playing on Sundays right now.
Last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And before that, Bryce Young is head and shoulders above a lot of people. He's on par with what Tua was doing.
yeah.
But that's not saying much.
So their
either.
offense has been, yes, it is, because Tua never saw a fourth quarter.
But he also had some of
Yeah,
the best
Tua-
running backs.
Tua
with
racked.
him.
And
Two
I
racked
think
up
part of
we
it
still have
is
great running
that,
backs.
yeah, your running game is like not there.
Oh,
It
it's
doesn't seem
there.
to be.
So it's
Like,
It's there.
Something's missing from the Bama. Doesn't look like Bama.
He
Something's
just
missing.
said it. It's Bill O'Brien. We
right,
had
it's Bill
Lane
O'Brien.
Kiffin, offensive mastermind, followed by Sarkisian, offensive mastermind.
You guys were crucifying
putting
Sarkisian.
up points. Putting up points left and right.
That's what I
They
mean
were
more so
scoring
than-
so much under Kiffin and Sarkisian both, and now we come in and we're not scoring, and our defense is
Scored
having to stay on
38
point.
points, 41 points last week.
Did we win?
38 points.
You didn't win because your defense couldn't do its job.
Or if our offense put up 50-something, we win. It's Bill O'Brien, poor
Texas
play
A&M
calling.
defense played 3 quarters
Bill
lights
O'Brien,
out.
bad play calling.
Okay.
Listen, I don't care if you agree with me or not. I know more about this than you do.
That's fine. You can know
I'm
more
not
about
gonna-
it all
I'm
you
not gonna
want.
argue you
your
about why
offense did
Philly
its job.
lost.
38 points.
I know
38
this.
points is not like your offense not doing its job.
But 38 points is not what Bama's normally used to.
That's
Like,
correct.
I'm not. That's what I'm trying to say too. Is like normally when you see Bama scores, it's like 70 when they're playing some other schools.
not when they're playing a
42.
good tier SEC
Like,
team.
We're 40s and
Bro, they're
50s with
40s and something
Sarkisian and Lane
all day
Kiffin.
long.
40. What'd you score? 38, 41. You're still there all day long.
He's talking about the opposing team scoring that, not Bama. He's saying the opposing team is keeping up with them, and
Yeah.
I think part of that still. Let's the thing I'll use to describe this. Can't think of the word right now. Is Tampa Bay last year, or not last year, but the year before with Jameis, when that defense was on the field all game long.
Yeah.
That's because you're getting incomplete passes and doing stuff like that. So if Bama can't convert and their defense is coming back out, after a while, they're going to get fucking tired.
Exactly.
So, yeah, you're seeing something different, and it can all stem from the offense. I think we have a good defense. We just, I don't know. We need to figure it out, and I think Bill O'Brien's a big thing, especially because he's up there in the booth. Saban needs to get a direct line to his ass or something.
Did they run the ball this week? Like I said, I didn't watch the game.
I didn't see how
We damn sure
ended.
didn't run it on first and goal.
Yeah.
I didn't see how it ended. I just saw I was watching the score when it got to 38-38, and it tied up, and then I was like, Bama's got this now.
I also thought
they took the lead,
thing.
and then I was like, okay,
Yeah.
Bama's got this.
Yeah.
And I was shocked when I looked at my thing, and I'm like, holy shit, I can't wait till Tuesday now.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, man. We're used to this.
So you think Bill O'Brien outthought himself at the goal line instead of just playing solid
yeah.
SEC
I think
ball?
Just pound the rock.
Yeah, he should have looked to keep it simple, stupid. Stop
Yeah.
trying to make things so damn difficult. Take the guy who looks like he could bench press a refrigerator and hand him the ball and tell him to run forward.
Yep.
Speaking of bench pressing refrigerator, that boy Derrick Henry, jeez.
Yeah, he's a monster. Hey, let's take a quick break,
Product
then
of
we'll do our
Alabama.
Go
college
through
picks.
the picks from last
Yeah.
week and then go and jump in.
Well, we'll just do the overall totals and then we'll get into the picks. Yeah,
There's
we'll,
a few games we should talk about though. That Texas Oklahoma game.
Yeah, we'll be right back, even though we already talked about it.
We did?
Yes, he does.
What song would you sing with Tyson Fury if you were doing karaoke?
Sweet Home Alabama.
The times they are a changing.
Oh shit! I would have to do some Oasis. Keep it local for him.
You're not gonna do any Wonderwall? Anyway, here we are. Let's get into college, baby. Let's get into our picks.
Let's
Shall
get
we?
into our picks. We already
Shall
talked
we?
about the first matchup, but you want to go over it again, Clay? You want to tell us what
No, we're
happened?
good.
Number one.
Nope, we're good. We're moving on.
Wait, yeah, let's do our
No,
let's
wait.
do our picks.
Yeah, let's do that. 20. When's the last time?
Oh, you're talking about
unranked?
before? Oh, on the break. No, we're talking about our picks for this week.
Yeah.
Right, we're talking right exactly. The last time an unranked team beat a ranked team.
That was last week. So
What year was that? One more time.
So
you didn't
Georgia
answer the
and
question.
Kentucky this week.
No, we haven't
It's
gone.
in Athens.
Yeah, we did. We went over all this.
I
We're
just-
moving on to next week.
Can we
Ryan,
just talk
can you
about this one more
validate
time,
being a neutral party?
You've
Yeah,
had one
yeah.
too many ruffles. Did one too many.
All I'm saying is I'm on a beer now too, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
One more time though.
We like to party here at the Cigar City Sports Bar.
Unranked. When was the last time a ranked opponent?
We're on our
lost to
picks
an
for this
unranked?
week. So
Okay,
number
that
one,
was 2007.
number one,
2008.
Georgia. Number one, Georgia. Hey, the last time Texas A&M beat Alabama won the national championship. So there we go.
Also, the first time that
So-
a former assistant beat Bama. By the way.
Georgia versus Kentucky.
I love that that's even a thing to even be
See,
proud of to be
all right,
discussed.
All right. You wanted to keep me from going to our picks this week. Fine. Now you got me. Now you got Clay's at the table now. all right.
here we
hold on.
go.
Brian,
I got a
not to be
question.
rude. Oh, you know what? Ask your question so I
got a
can bring
question.
this in.
Where are your Iowa stats at, huh?
I just told you the Iowa
Okay.
stats were minus Clifford that we couldn't move
Hey.
the ball. We
No, not
You didn't
that.
say that.
No, I'm talking about when was the last time Penn State or whatever that you're trying to do to him.
Yeah.
We weren't facing an unranked opponent.
okay.
We were facing 3 versus 4.
When's the last time Penn State won a national championship?
Oh, it's been a while.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
now
let's
you,
get
now
into
you-
this
now you
week.
got me.
Wait, hold on. I
So
never
I'm going to
said
make this quick.
Let's talk about
The
Jimbo Fisher.
fact-
Oh, okay.
That it is a statistic, and people have been tracking since 2010. Let's call
Does
it.
it sting that it was Jimbo?
No, it doesn't sting at all. We had discussion before about
The
there's a
loss
lot of
doesn't even
coaches
sting.
that has beat Saban. All right,
I don't know about
so coming back, the fact that people care enough about that shows you that there is an Alabama team way up here, and then there's a bunch of space, and then there's the upper echelon long-term programs, and then the rest of the muck. Penn State's in that rest of the muck, by the
Okay.
way. So
How many
that just goes to show you. So you want to be like, oh, it's the first time one of his assistants, somebody in his coaching tree beat him. Well, the fact that you know that tells you all you need to know.
I
the
actually
fact
did
that-
know that. You can thank Sports Center this morning while I was getting
Because
up.
everybody cares, and
that's-
that's the Alabama
No, I knew
difference.
you would care.
It's just like what I posted on Facebook that Paul Feinbaum said.
It's-
Everybody judges Alabama against perfection and the rest of the country against Alabama.
Right.
And that's okay.
And that's the true
Not
story
perfect,
because they're
last
not
week.
going in when Penn State loses and going, I really am completely shocked to my core that Penn State has lost a football game.
Let me ask you this. Before Saban, had really made his mark, like let's say 2012, something like that. It's probably more accurate than when I said 2010. Did you ever see the graphics that they now post on ESPN with several coaches about their coaching tree? Did you ever see that? Saban created that.
Yeah.
That is now something that people care about.
Well, I'm assuming they would have done it for Paterno at one point or another,
but they never did.
And probably Bear
They never
Bryant,
did.
too.
Maybe
in
a little
those
bit.
Well,
eras.
then
Bobby
why
Bowden.
didn't they?
Yeah,
they never
Bobby,
did.
Bobby Bowden, I could see
Yeah.
too.
Then,
Maybe a
but
little
why?
Bobby.
Why didn't they?
Les
already?
Miles.
Why didn't they already?
Because the level of the success that Saban's guys
There you
got
go.
when they left, that's why they
Hey,
started tracking that.
More power to Texas A&M
Yeah.
Aggies. That stadium showed up. That 12th man showed
Hell
up.
yeah.
And that offense showed up. I definitely am not happy with Golding. I've never been fully happy with him, but I can tell you this. My concerns about Bill O'Brien prior to the season, which I shared on this show,
What happens if he becomes coach of Alabama?
was a very big
He won't.
problem for me. He's not going to
It's
be.
just not going to happen.
Um,
but then let's get
but
into our picks.
it
like
is
we
now.
were.
It is now starting to show. So there you go.
All right, back to the reality. of
Georgia,
this week. Let's
Kentucky.
go.
I have Georgia.
Kentucky. I'll take the upset. I'll be the only one that does it.
You will be. I agree. I think Kentucky has a chance, but if they don't have Georgia beat by halftime, they're in trouble. Do not leave the dogs in the fight. They will come back and win. That's a good team.
Oh, I got Georgia all day as well.
Let's see if
I'm
Kentucky
not
can
sure
repeat
Georgia's
magic.
going to have to come back. Like we've talked before, that Kentucky, if it was in Kentucky, maybe we'd have a different discussion, but that Kentucky D line is just not that big. They can't push those big boys on the Georgia line around like they need to.
Yeah. How about you? You went Georgia, Iowa, Purdue. What do you got?
I got Iowa.
I'll take the Penn State Killers.
Okay. The
I'll
Penn
take
State
the-
Killers.
I'll take the Iowa hot guys.
Yeah, I was going to win, but the
so hot.
Killers was pretty okay. That's fine. Bring it on. I'd love to see FSU play Iowa. Get their shit kicked in twice.
Yikes. How about Cincinnati and the local community college they're playing this weekend?
Cincy.
Cincy all day.
Cincinnati.
Yep.
This next one I don't think is necessarily an easy one.
I like TCU. I'm not sold on Oklahoma.
I'm not sold on Oklahoma's offense. I'm damn sure sold on their middle linebacker play, and their defenses looked okay, but not Spencer Rattler.
I don't think it's going to be a high scoring game.
I'm going Oklahoma.
So am I.
I'm the only one with the
Me
TCU.
too.
Okay.
I
Furthering
know they
himself.
always play good. They always play good. That guy's got the Texas Christian Bullfrogs or Horned Frogs, whatever, playing
Yeah.
some decent defense.
Alabama, Mississippi State.
Bama.
What do you think, Nello? Are they on a losing streak
I
now?
mean, come on, let's not be serious.
Oh, okay. Bama.
I ain't gonna
Mississippi
lie.
State, no.
Mississippi State might stand a chance because I'm pretty sure Alabama, these motherfuckers are probably still running right now after that loss.
I
They might
feel
be tired as hell.
That's also true.
I feel so sorry for old Hale State, those Mississippi Bulldogs,
Yeah.
because they are about to get a beating that is not at all their fault.
No.
No.
The
unfortunately
beating of a lifetime.
Like, man, we didn't have nothing to do with that.
Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan.
Big Ten
all
are
three of the Big Ten big teams not named Wisconsin are off.
Taking Alabama.
not. Michigan State plays. Michigan State plays.
I got Oregon against Cal.
Yeah, it makes sense.
That's another game that I think they're going to come out.
Although the Ducks are missing some offensive studs.
as
in
long as that quarterback's
running
not
back,
out,
though.
as long as that quarterback's not out, they'll be fine.
That running back, though, is a big.
Yeah, I'm taking Oregon.
How about Michigan State?
I'll take
This
Michigan
is
State.
Indiana.
Sparty.
Spartans.
Big time, Sparty. Oklahoma State versus Texas.
I got Texas.
Give me Gundy. Give me Gundy's boys.
Taking Oklahoma State.
Yeah, I'm taking Texas as well. I think they have a lot to prove after last game. I mean, they almost had it. I think they had a better chance of losing had they beaten Oklahoma. I don't know if that sounds weird or not, but I think they'd be riding high. I think they're still thirsty for some blood, and if they can't get Oklahoma, they're going to try to get Oklahoma State.
Yeah, I think they learned
Yeah,
from that last game.
yeah.
Lane goes to Rocky Top?
Oh, golly. Oh, my gosh, I completely forgot about that. Can I change my pick?
You haven't said it yet.
I was on the fence about this one because Tennessee has shown some flashes, but I don't think they can really hang with their offense. Tennessee can't hang with Ole Miss's offense. So if it's going to be a shootout, I'm going to go with a Lane Kiffin-led team and what's his name, Collar, who's an electric quarterback. But if it's in Rocky Top, is this Lane's first return as a head coach?
I don't think so.
Yeah, he came with us, right?
Didn't he go there with USC?
This is his first. His first return
As a
head coach, but he was there. As a matter of fact, when he came for the first time back to Knoxville with us as the OC, there were people burning mattresses outside the stadium because when he left them, there were people burning mattresses and like trying to blockade him getting to the airport. It was like a whole thing. So this is second time, but first time as
a head coach. Yeah, I'm going to go with Tennessee on that one. That's a gut call.
I'm taking Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. I mean, okay. Ole Miss isn't going to be able to put up those points.
You mean Tennessee?
I mean Tennessee, yeah. Tennessee's not going to be able to put up points.
No, I agree with you.
No. I'm just saying Tennessee doesn't have the offense to go 50
Too
points.
many ruffles. Hey, Arkansas, Auburn, because Notre Dame, Coastal Carolina. I love them so much. I'm almost becoming a fan.
They have a teal field.
Joy
You should
in your
check
heart.
it out.
Coastal Carolina.
I am almost ready to buy some gear just because.
Have you seen the field?
Yeah,
It's teal.
I know.
It's nuts.
Yeah, I am becoming a fan.
what
Wake
type of bird is
Forest
that?
spelled like Forrest Gump on here.
That is a rooster.
is also off.
Double R.
So Arkansas, Auburn.
I'm staying on the Arkansas train.
I love that quarterback.
That
kid is
Jefferson.
Yeah, amazing.
I'm Arkansas as well.
Yeah,
Me too.
yeah. Okay. Every time I think I'm gonna be the lone man, you guys are like, yeah, no, we agree.
Yeah.
Like poor Bo Nix needs a receiver. Somebody like pay him one or get him somebody to catch the ball.
Yeah.
Not saying they could have beat Georgia, but someone just catch the goddamn ball.
Praise. Hi, Rob. Praise. Who do we got next?
Arizona State,
Herm?
Utah.
Herm Edwards.
I got
Arizona State.
ASU.
So do I.
Yeah, Arizona State looks good. They can run the ball.
It's not so much as Arizona State looks good, but Utah doesn't look good. I mean, Arizona State can do what they need to do.
BYU Baylor in Baylor. I'll take Baylor. Baylor's going to get it back on track.
Oh, I got Arizona State there as well. And I'm also taking Baylor as well.
I'm taking Baylor.
Wow. We're all on Baylor.
I know, right? 1 week I didn't take Boise State. Boise State comes out of the Mountain West and does it again.
This is going to be an interesting one. Here's a good game to watch, Florida LSU.
I got Florida all day.
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
You know the hate is strong in me. LSU all day.
Wow. That's a stupid pick, buddy.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That's getting personal. You don't get personal in the pick'ems.
I got
I normally
UF as
don't.
well.
Yeah.
But I also don't think Florida's that great.
I mean, LSU is just so bad, though.
That's the thing.
If they weren't so bad, then I would say, all right, maybe we got something going on, something brewing here. But no, they're just terrible.
Ogeron's seat right now is hot.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be, though.
You know
it
he's
really
sitting there going,
shouldn't
it's hot. I get my bones are burning.
We went out there to play a little football Tigers. Somebody turn the goddamn heat down.
Yeah.
I don't think it should be as hot.
I was
as it
out
is,
there
though.
going for a run. They caught me without my shirt on. Now they won't let me in Baby Gap no more.
Why are we now?
I just see the
Why
water
are
boy.
you channeling Sling Blade now? yeah.
That's my bet at Ogeron.
Old boy in the overalls.
All
Yep.
right.
Well, I pay. I got
Let
that.
pay on that day.
Texas A&M versus Mizzou. Texas A&M.
A&M,
Texas
right?
A&M.
That team only got stronger, man. They're going to ride this all the way to the end of the season.
The ACC killers, NC State,
Oof.
as you guys, one of you guys proclaimed them.
NC
Oh,
State.
yeah, I have NC State.
So do I.
I want to take BC, but I got to be smart, so NC State.
Yeah.
SMU's off.
SMU got to wake off.
San Diego State versus San Jose State.
I got SDSU.
Yeah.
So do I.
I haven't seen any of them, so I'll just pick the ranked team,
Yeah,
obviously.
that's exactly what I did.
And then we got I got San Diego State as well. Then we got Tulsa coming into town to face USF. Tulsa's going to win.
Taking
Right.
Tulsa.
I think this is the first time I actually picked USF to win.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm praying for you.
And then FSU,
neither,
UMass, at Duke.
I got FSU.
FSU.
So do I. Where'd you forge your transcripts? UMass? Sorry.
By the way, Liberty won last week. Malik Willis had.
You got FSU?
Yeah, I do. 2 touchdowns throwing, 1 touchdown running, 2 interceptions. Just saying.
We've now talked more about Liberty than we should.
It's officially too much Liberty talk. Oh boy. But yeah, I think we got some good games coming up this week. I'll definitely be trying to watch Arkansas versus Auburn. I'll definitely be trying to watch that one.
Kentucky, Georgia just seems like the game to watch this
so
week.
that game day's in Athens again, right?
I'm not 100% sure.
So
Yeah.
So they're going back again to play that primetime game. Yeah, that's going to be a good one to watch, but I don't think it'll be as exciting a game. I think Georgia's going to try to make a statement game against them.
Kind of like Florida did against Vandy.
Yeah.
Jeez. Poor Vandy.
Man. So let's talk a little pro football, shall we?
I think we should.
Let's go fantasy football. Let's talk about that real quick before we jump into that.
Yeah, let's do that. We'll talk a
Yeah.
little fantasy football. Let me tell you something. I've just been cursed this season. Every week.
Wait. Speaking of which, who did you play this week? I'm sorry. My phone's dead.
I played the little potbelly kid down by the Italian restaurant. Got a little BO, but we love him to death.
Likes to wax.
Did
his
he
chest,
not
dance
whoop
up, dress
that
up like
ass
cheerleaders.
He's got a problem with public masturbation, but we deal with him.
You were probably not supposed to tell anybody that. on the podcast.
Nah, dude, you absolutely had a team that was on fire. Nello put up 205 points to my measly 126, which would have beaten most people in the league.
In a league that doesn't have bonuses.
Yeah.
He put up 205. That needs to be made very clear.
Yeah.
I also want to be clear, Mike Williams is on the bench because I thought Damian Harris would have a better game against Texas than the Chargers would against the Browns.
Among your team, you had 6 touchdowns on the board. I mean, it was a great day for you.
Herbert 41, Robinson 21, Adams 37, Andrews 41 at the freaking tight end position.
Andrews at 41 was not that I wasn't already dead before
Defense
this happened.
at 11.
Yeah.
Anytime your defense gets you double digits, that typically you win those weeks.
Yeah.
Unless the rest of your team just shits the bed.
Mike Williams.
My
on the
team was
bench.
Cleveland going up against Herbert, who they looked strong early on.
Yeah, like they were ranked the number 2 defense against wide receivers.
Dude, Zeke, Harris, Najee for you, strong. Jamar Chase, strong.
Yeah.
It's just you had this
Cooper
guy.
Kupp, Mike Evans, everybody did their damn job.
Herbert is what killed you because
Yeah.
Derek Carr just didn't show up.
Yeah. Derek Carr damn sure didn't show up, and there was Winston throwing 4 TDs down below,
Well, it
but he's burned me so many times.
Doesn't help when his tight end gets 41 to your tight end's 1.
Yeah.
It's that same old Jameis Winston curse. Who are you going to get this week? Are you going to get a guy who's throwing touchdowns? Or are you going to get a guy who's throwing to the wrong team?
Yeah. It's a rough one, man.
Oh, he didn't have that many interceptions this year. Don't go shitting on my man about throwing the wrong team this year.
How many touchdowns is he getting too, though?
A lot. He either gets 2 or he gets 1 or 4.
I mean, that's not a lot anymore in the NFL when these guys are getting 3 or 4 a game.
But let's just also take note while we're on this topic of the still undefeated man in this
Because
league
Jared Goff sucks.
right now,
Yeah.
Mr. Hurricane Clay.
That's right.
Oh boy, I'm loving my squad. I benched Cordero Patterson again, and it only cost me. I could have gotten 3 more points in my flex if I'd have played him. That's it. That's the only benefit he would have had. That's how good I'm looking right now. Loving it.
Who's gonna beat you? Who's gonna be the one to beat you?
Watch it come this next week.
Ryan
Watch
Crown
this
and
next
Shield,
week.
if you're listening real quick, I would like to talk to you about Devontae Smith. Please reach out to me at your earliest convenience so we can have a discussion.
I tried to send a trade.
You know the best part is he's sitting on his bench.
I know, man.
He knew that
man.
full well that he wanted to pick him in front of you and then bench him all year.
So dirty.
I love it.
You would, too.
He's gonna have to use him on a bye week soon.
It just sucks that we can only pick up so many in a position.
I tried to send you a trade,
not-
but
it does
you
not
weren't
suck.
having it.
Oh,
was,
I was actually thinking about it. I don't know why it disappeared because I was like, I actually might take that.
Yeah, so let's put this up to the table. I was gonna trade Singletary from the Bills for Pollard from the Cowboys.
I'm just hoping that Elliott gets hurt. They're starting to run his ass,
I would not.
Whoa.
He
accept
gets hurt.
that trade.
and that's boom.
You wouldn't accept
You wouldn't
that
take Singletary for Pollard?
Absolutely not. The upside on Pollard, if Easy E is out, is too high.
And that's what I'm saying. Is
that's
like,
where
Buffalo
I'm
doesn't
at,
run
too.
the
but
ball
the
very
only
well.
upside is that I've got the handcuff.
Yeah.
So
Man,
you're not going to get Zeke. So you're hoping on an injury, and he has looked strong as hell.
Tony Pollard still gotten 100 yards a game without carrying the rock that much.
way these Bills have been scoring
Not with
last
the running
4
backs,
weeks,
though.
it doesn't matter. That comes around.
Yeah.
Singletary catches out of the
He
backfield.
does, but
It comes around.
I wouldn't do the trade because I know Pollard has potential to be a
That's
back end
honestly
running
the
back.
reason why I didn't.
I'd
make
take that trade all day.
So you would, I wouldn't.
No,
I
I
got
wouldn't.
Jordan.
Why do you want to
I've
keep
got
Pollard?
Madison.
Because Eazy-E's going to get hurt. Or he's
Okay.
going to miss a game or two.
And that's a game or two.
And he's still producing while E is there.
Exactly.
I don't
That's
know,
the
man.
I
other
don't think
thing.
that's reflecting of the line,
You
the running
got-
back so
you-
much as it does the line.
You were looking at, if it's not this week, it's definitely next week. Michael Gallup coming back, and they throwing a whole lot more.
Oh, God. Let me tell you something. When Michael Gallup joins that offense again, good
Amari
Lord.
Cooper just lost
know
his
who's the
injury
pass-catching
designation going into this week. You are about to see a fully healthy receiver.
Do you know who the
core
pass catching
at-
running
at
back
Dallas.
is for the Dallas Cowboys? Tony Pollard.
It's also Ezekiel Elliott,
But he's on there on passing
who
downs more
scored
than
a couple
Eazy-E.
passing touchdowns.
Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup,
Right.
all healthy and running back. There's not a lot of dump offs being done.
Yeah.
I can tell you.
You can get
that
a better
much.
deal for Pollard than
That is
Garrett
a
Singletary.
great deal right there.
I think Gallup is
Reach his
elite.
own.
He's a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you got to pick between CD and Amari.
Yeah.
You can't cover them all unless you're Trey Diggs or whatever. Which, by the way, he came out and said he hated Saban when he switched him over to a corner.
And then
When it
then
happened.
what
When
happened?
it happened.
Then what happened?
Then he wants to kiss his feet. One of the greatest things since White.
Shit, man,
Since
it
Betty
worked
White
out.
and sliced bread.
Benny
By the
White
way-
was born in 1928.
By the
So I was
way,
born in 29.
Trayvon Diggs has more touchdowns or more interceptions than games played.
Yep.
That's right.
I mean, he is right now clearly the front runner for Defensive Player of the Year.
For sure. Hey, if he this is a long shot, of course, but if he had an interception in every game,
Yeah. That'd be the first time that's ever happened.
do you think he gets MVP?
I don't see why he couldn't.
Dallas would
No.
have to go playoff run.
Was Charles Woodson the last defensive MVP in the league?
Charles Woodson was a defensive MVP. You're thinking of the Heisman.
Heisman. Yeah.
No, but he also won MVP as a defensive player.
Actually, I think he might be right.
He's the only one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
that
not
true?
the only one, but in recent history.
I missed that one. I have no idea. I feel like I would have remembered that if I
when he
read it.
won the Super Bowl.
I don't know.
Maybe he did. They're looking it up. But
Somebody's already commenting.
If, if he's gets and averages the same amount of interceptions as games played or more, I mean, come on, right? How do you not?
Has that ever happened?
It's all that's
would-
his job.
That would mean that he would have ended the season with 17 interceptions.
Yeah.
That's just insane.
At least 16. That's 16 would be the minimum.
Yeah.
That would be wild.
Who do we put up for that against Trayvon Diggs right now for Defensive Player of the Year? Aaron Donald? He's the only guy I can think of. Oh, TJ Watt. TJ Watt
Yeah.
has had a splash play every time he's hit the field.
That's a
That
tough
guy
decision.
is a game changer. When he's in, Pittsburgh tends to win.
Yeah. I can't just give it to him though. I still Aaron Donald is he's a bad dude.
Yeah.
And honestly, no, whatchamacallit? No, Charles Woodson didn't win the
No.
MVP. It was the Heisman.
I feel like I would have remembered that.
Last defensive player to win it was Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Dominating linebacker. Jesus,
Somebody
could you
practically
imagine?
killed somebody in the backfield. And that was his blind side.
Well, I just hope that come next Tuesday, I'm still 6-0. That's all I'm hoping for.
Who you play?
I don't know yet. I haven't looked at the schedule, and it doesn't update until later
I hope
on
it's me because I
Tuesday.
want all the smoke.
Let me go ahead and say that I have dropped every Raider player on my roster.
I have Pete Zalizniak.
The only player that's playing for the Raiders that you should still have on your roster, if it's not Josh Jacobs, is Darren Waller.
Oh, Brian. I played Brian.
Yeah.
That's
Speaking
it.
of Brian, don't forget, Devontae, call me.
And I mean, even
Put
Josh
Devontae in
Jacobs
and beat
is-
him with him.
Will you shut up?
Even
That's
Josh
what's gonna-
Jacobs is so.
That's what's going to happen when he gets
I wouldn't
out
get
there
rid
and
of
goes
Josh
against that
Jacobs.
Tampa secondary.
I wouldn't get rid of Josh Jacobs.
Which, by the way,
or Waller. Like we're not. I'm not telling you to drop those two studs. Like,
speaking of Tampa, they dominated this weekend.
oh, we're gonna jump right into this.
Oh,
Jump
boy,
right
We need a
into
break.
it
We need a
Wasn't
break.
it a 4:00 game?
Superman needs to change.
Hold
Oh
on.
boy.
Speaking of Tampa, too, Mr. John Gruden is being removed from the Ring of Honor.
Really?
Oh shit!
Not surprised at all.
Wow.
Dude just got in there.
Wow, that's. I mean,
And that happened last year, didn't it?
I
It
think
was
so.
it was last year.
well, let's jump into it. Let's go. If we're gonna take the cat out of the bag, the John Gruden shit is basically the biggest story in the NFL right now.
So
I will say this: the man celebrating is Urban Meyer.
Oh my God, yes. Take the
news
heat
is
off
all-
of me.
News is
So-
all for Urban.
So this is the first time ever that the story was much worse than the headline. When they were saying that Gruden was saying all this stuff, I was like, and then I heard he called Goodell a pussy or something like that, and I was like, that's
The F word.
really not that bad.
The F word that we will not say. We say fuck all the time.
Yeah,
we're
no,
not-
we're not saying that.
No,
He
so-
called him the F word and then said that he forced a team to hire queers, but
Oh,
not in the approved vernacular version of queer.
So,
No, he was
so that was one of
derogatory
those
about
things that
that.
I was like, man, it can't be that bad. This might be some cancer culture stuff. And first and foremost, they went back a long time to
Yeah.
find some of the stuff, but they didn't have to go that damn far back to find some of it.
And I think that's just the tip of the iceberg. I think the emails
Oh, there's
kept
more.
coming.
There's going to
Like,
be more.
They're talking about 685 emails
Yeah.
that they're looking at.
There's going to be more for sure. Now, I will say this, and even Tony Dungy, when they only knew about the very terrible joke about the guy's lips, even Dungy was like, look, it was a badly worded joke, but he is sorry. And all of my dealings traveling with him 3 days a week, I never saw any type of racism out of him.
You can't really call your coach.
And
You
so
can't call the
now
owner.
he's catching heat because now this has come out. But Dungy didn't know that when it came out. Now that you know that, okay, let's change it. And the dude's just fucking bigot, right? Like we will not hear from him at
No,
all.
it's over.
I just
for
think
a long time.
Man,
some of
if
it.
he's smart, he takes his Corona and go hides on a beach somewhere.
Yeah,
I
go
mean, he
get
just
out
finished
there.
his house in Vegas. It was like 4.3 mil.
Don't sell that shit. Nobody cares.
I think part of it is definitely he needed to be smarter about what he was doing. I'm not condoning any of it, but he probably wasn't that bad of a person in a sense that when Carl Nassib came out on his team, he
Yeah.
was one of the first guys to go out and congratulate him.
You can't have
and
Nassib
say
on your team and
what,
say that shit.
What made you different made you great. And I don't know, maybe it's too little too late. Again, not condoning the stuff that he said, but I don't know.
People can change.
First of all, don't put it in your work email, dummy.
Right. Well, that's the first thing. But two, think about all these keyboard warriors that we see on social media. Maybe he doesn't feel as bad as he worded it. Maybe he was wording it for effect. I didn't read all the emails around it in
No,
the
I didn't.
thread.
I only
to know
read
the
that one.
context. It doesn't make it right. But maybe he's not that bad. But at the end of the day, you just don't do that. And now we probably will not see him for a long time, if ever again.
But take
I was
apart.
gonna say, to be fair, 10 years ago, a lot of us were throwing the F word around a lot. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
I'll
but
tell
we
you
still
right
do.
now, I'm guilty of it. Never
too.
in a hateful way, but in a joking way.
But-
and now that's not okay.
It's just
That's
how we
the way
grew
we-
up.
right.
It's,
Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
how we used it on the playground, on the basketball court, on the whatever.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
But it still doesn't make it okay. And you don't say it to your boss.
Yeah, but
It just
it
can't.
was about his boss
yeah, to somebody
in a
else.
private email,
on a
Yeah.
work email that's being watched.
but he didn't know that. I mean, even though that's not, like I said, it doesn't excuse him, but it's also 10 years ago. Like, this is my thing.
Yeah.
If it was recent, okay.
Okay.
Hey, listen, for everybody at home that doesn't know this yet, this is our resident black persona on the podcast. So he's coming right out there saying it.
But then another thing is, you're
It's
right.
common sense.
The email, the one that they like to highlight was 2011, but there were some all the way up to 2018.
Wait till
So
we
there-
see what we haven't seen.
There's some more recent stuff that we don't know. I completely agree with you. Going back 10 years to try to find dirt on somebody, that's stupid. But once you start seeing the consistency and him saying that he didn't want women being refs in the NFL, I don't get the reasoning behind any of it.
The problem with this
I'm
that
not
I
gonna
see
say I
is
disagree
if you're
with
going to
that
go after Gruden, and this is Bruce Allen's email from when he was the president of operations of the Redskins. What's in there about Snyder? And then at that point, if you're firing Gruden and you have one of the most toxic teams,
They didn't fire
back
Gruden.
end.
He resigned.
Yeah, he
because
resigned.
Right, he was
didn't
getting
want to
fired
do it.
either way.
It
He
was
was done.
happening, but yeah.
He was done. what's in there about the Redskins. Because if the Redskins are getting raided by the feds,
Who are the Redskins?
I mean, the Washington football team, at that point they were the Redskins.
Yeah.
The Washington football team's raided by the feds. What's in those emails?
They were rated by the feds because of their athletic.
Who was
agreement.
still there when Bruce Allen was there?
But I'll say this. Somebody said this, posted this somewhere on Facebook. I fully support now the NFL and all the owners. It's never going to happen. And all the coaches and all of ESPN's on-air talent for NFL football games should have open access to all of their emails and let these journalists, air quotes, pour through those emails and let's lay all this shit out and see what the norm is. Let's find that bar that is set in reality behind these closed doors. And let's see, is Gruden an outlier that's a problem, or is he
the one that got caught?
The norm?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say norm either, but I agree.
We'll open it up. The Jaguars probably ain't throwing shit around like that, but
you don't know.
Think about it, man. Look, who was the basketball owner that his sugar baby laid out the recorded calls?
The Clippers guy.
Dude, this is nothing new.
Yeah,
this is nothing new.
I mean, the Marge shot.
Again, it's still not okay. It's not okay.
It's not okay at all.
Let's establish a baseline here.
Yeah. But let's really open. If people really care,
if they're going to go after the coach, they need to go after Snyder.
If this is something, then just blast it open for everybody in that position.
Let's get into some other games before we move on because we got a little bit of stuff we need to talk about.
I need to change.
We've got
bye, Chucky.
The Russell Wilson debacle. Where he's now out for 8 weeks.
Did you see his finger?
No.
Oh my God, they showed it. So after it happened, he's sitting there doing this, and from this last knuckle down, it's just falling dead, wiggling.
Geno Smith didn't do too bad.
It was
though.
bad, dude. Oh, Geno Smith did great, and that interception to end the game for their loss was not his fault.
Yeah. That wouldn't be a bad pickup for you over Derek Carr.
Geno Smith.
Yep.
If old boy Lockett, if Lockett hadn't have tripped up, he'd have been there to either break up the play or catch the ball. It looked like a good throw based on Lockett.
Yeah.
I have Lockett in fantasy in my big money league.
2 weeks.
Got a touchdown called back because of holding.
He's had a rough few weeks.
Yeah.
Barely got overthrown on like a 60-yard bomb. And then that play, and there was like several others. I was like, thank God he got me double digits. But had he not gotten bad breaks, hey, if my uncle had balls, she'd be my aunt.
Russell Wilson's my quarterback.
If my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle.
Whoa, too many ruffles.
Too many ruffles.
Oh boy.
Yo, we're watching. The game is on in the background here, and I forgot this is a divided household tonight.
Yes, it is.
Lightning
My
Penguins.
beautiful wife is a Penguins fan. We've been working on that. She now has a Pat Maroon jersey. That gentleman right there. We're trying to get it, man. We're trying to get it worked out. Okay, just it's a sensitive subject.
I think you give it up.
You guys think they win in that, right?
You know the one thing that Pittsburgh has that I respect?
What's that?
Big time.
Who?
Big time.
Mario Lemieux?
All of their sports teams use the same colors, and that to me shows unity.
I forgot the Pirates were a team.
The Pirates,
black and
the
yellow,
Steelers.
black and yellow.
I mean, come on. The Penguins, it's all black and yellow.
Yeah, they've got a bowling
respect
team
it.
called the Water Ferrets, Pittsburgh Water Ferrets, and they're yellow and black too.
Do you stop shitting me?
Yeah,
So
it's
they
not
win
real.
tonight.
Could you have at least gone like a farm baseball team or something, something like that?
Yeah.
We think the Lightning win tonight?
Like, hey, we know you're a farm team for the Braves, but you're wearing black and gold.
I think we see Perry show up, who was obviously on the Canadians last year and had a hell of a year against us. I think he joins this team and adds a completely different element. This team, without Yanni Gourde, it's going to be interesting to see how that line performs, but you may see a completely different Lightning. Look at our defense, though. We've still got McDonough, Sergachev, and Hedman and Chernak back there. That is a great core of defensive
You
players.
have Vasilevsky in goal, so you're already
Even more
ahead.
so, you get behind those guys. I mean, Cooch is back and healthy. Braden Point is out there on the ice. Stamkos is back, and he gave us his first full year last
And the
year.
Penguins
Killed it.
goalies.
A healthy Cooch, Point, and Hedman the entire season, I don't really think there's got to be a whole lot of greatness around him, and you still are talking about Stamkos.
Exactly.
I am a little bit worried. I'm still a little bit worried.
I'm not worried tonight.
We've got some
Penguins
youth out
don't have
there
good
too. Let's
goalies.
not forget we have some youth out there,
Mm-hmm.
and I worry about
That's Anthony Cirelli.
if we see the same Panthers in the playoffs. I worry about us beating them. If we see, but I don't know, man. It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough to see.
It's gonna be
Sorry
a good
about
year.
our listeners who've probably fallen asleep talking about hockey.
All right. Let's take a quick break so Nello can have his wardrobe malfunction, and
Clark
then we'll
Kent
be,
needs to put on his Superman outfit.
He got a titty out.
Is it a Cowboys uniform?
I know.
Yes, it is opening day here in beautiful downtown Tampa, where the Tampa Bay Lightning are about to take on the Pittsburgh Penguins here in Amalie Arena.
I was just thinking back to this waxing that has to happen. I'm just not doing well.
Hey, I understand that if you scream Kelly Clarkson at the top of your lungs while it happens, that helps.
Does it not
you
hurt
with
as much?
Helps you with the pain.
That is literally the only Steve Carell bit that I absolutely love.
Kelly Clarkson. I am in charge of the soundtrack during said waxing.
Yeah,
Shit.
for sure.
A lot of people are going to look forward to me screaming. like a little girl.
want to hurt?
This girl is on fire.
That sounds more for this other.
I wonder
bit
if
that
these
we
folks are going to have like too much pride to let us go in there and watch this. They're like, no, thank you. Bye.
We're going to have to do it ourselves.
we can't allow you back there because of COVID. I'll be like, bullshit.
We can just do it ourselves.
You can allow this GoPro.
We can just do it ourselves. We don't need to pay anybody.
That's not going to work out.
We'll mask up. It's worth it.
I'll go in there with a damn hazmat suit. I don't care.
I was just thinking about we just do it here.
Oh, yeah. Leave your chest hair all over my home.
Please, God, let me wax you.
That's what I was thinking was going to happen. Somebody gets a strip.
This
Each person
is
gets a strip.
how great ideas are born. We are not going to a place and paying money. We are getting an at-home wax kit.
But my wife wants to pull one too. My wife wants one of those.
Oh,
strips.
she can absolutely have one. We are going to pull this lightning bolt in 10 different
What?
areas.
Wait a second.
We're all taking turns.
There is no way I'm getting 10 strips. We're going to have to figure out something.
I am going to make sure it is a beautiful wax job if I'm in charge. Look at that.
It's just a lightning bolt, man.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll give you 8. And then the circle is an easy 4, so that's 12.
We are not doing the circle. We are doing the lightning
No, we're
bolt.
doing the
That's
lightning logo.
the logo.
That's the lightning logo.
I would like for you to look at all the lightning logos in this room because there are several and tell me which one does not have
There's
the
a
circle.
circle.
On the
Speaking
helmet.
of logos,
Yeah. Let's get into it.
shall we?
Yeah.
Last week's picks, boys, girls?
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
I know I lost
had
a couple.
y'all all had 12 and I had 11.
Yikes.
We did good.
Who was
very
the
happy.
outlier for you again?
The Broncos.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
I think I lost on Cleveland. I picked them to win.
Yeah, it was me and Ryan picked the Chargers. But let's start with the beginning. Thursday night, Rams, Seahawks.
Yeah. I picked the Rams.
Yeah, me too. Not
And
going to lie.
day one.
Took the Seahawks.
Yep, Ryan took the Seahawks, only loser. Then we all took the Falcons. All took the Vikings.
Which, by the way, poor Detroit Lions. 3 games, 3 field goals,
Yeah.
50 over
They're-
50.
They're better than their record reflects.
They are.
Absolutely.
Hey, me undefeated in that fantasy league. DeAndre Swift is putting up 20
I fucking
plus
hate
every
you
game
and
but
DeAndre
one,
Swift.
Yeah.
and they're still losing. You know.
Yeah.
And then me and Jack, we took the football team.
Yep, too many injuries on that team.
Nello and Ryan took New Orleans.
By the way, this game, I have a suicide pool where we had to pick 2 winners, and it was a 2-pick league, and you can get 2 strikes. I thought I was going out because I had the Vikings and the Patriots in the cupcake matches, and they were not. They were far from cupcake.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all
Houston
took the
came to
Pats
play.
and barely got that one. All took the Bucs. All took the Packers. And then there's me, the lone Broncos.
Right.
Yeah.
Lost
What
that
happened
one.
there, Teddy Two Gloves?
Lost. I just
Steelers,
didn't have
man.
faith
they-
in old Roethlisberger.
It's not even that. It's like I said earlier, man. It's TJ Watt.
Then we all jump on the train of the Panthers. Tyler Marriott, I'm going to blame you a little bit. I feel like you pressured us some
Yeah, I know. I felt dirty making that pick going
because
against my
we
boys.
all lost that one.
You know
And
what's
our
funny?
Eagles man, wearing his Eagles jersey right now,
and hat, thank you.
went against his own squad.
That defense, man, I had no faith in the offense being able to move the ball.
And,
The only reason
I was kind of right.
I actually picked the Panthers was because I thought CMC had came back last week and not this week.
I also thought he was going to play, but our defense just said, not today, Panthers, not today.
Then we all got it right on the Titans.
Get a ball, Dad.
Thank God.
Henry Train.
Then me and Jack once again wrong on
He
the
is referred
Browns.
to as the 2-2 train.
The 2-2 train. It's
Two.
Oh dear Lord.
Yo, let's talk about this game real quick. Browns Chargers. This game was the game.
Let's talk about it because I
the
picked the
week.
Browns, as did Jack.
Yeah.
Y'all picked the Chargers.
Justin Herbert. I mean, how do you go
I
against that?
really thought that I know I mispicked against the Chiefs to open. OBJ was hurt. I really thought they had a shot at this, and they did. It wasn't a blowout.
No, it wasn't a blowout. It was a Madden game in real life.
Yeah. That was a great game to watch. I enjoyed watching that one.
Herbert was just lights out against one of the best defenses against the
Like
pass.
5 total touchdowns.
Well,
Four,
his
yeah,
ability
or
to
5 total touchdowns.
just 5. Yeah,
Five?
Herbert had 5.
his ability to extend the play was just next level. He did a great job.
Yeah.
That receiving core, Mike Williams, like, geez Louise.
Yeah.
We all bit the dust on the Raiders.
Yeah, we did.
And then this is one I like, these next two. Me, Jack, and Ryan both took the Cardinals.
The Niners were in it till the fourth. It was
Sure,
only
yeah.
10-7.
Yeah, well, hey, that's why they play 4 full quarters.
Right, I'm just saying, it wasn't like Trey Lance came
That's
in
why
and
they hold up
disappointed.
those 4 fingers.
Trey
how
Lance
it's,
looked good, though,
I like
right?
how it's excuses when
And
your
then
team loses.
again,
That's-
this is the big one. The Cowboys versus the Giants.
taking a
Oh,
drink here.
that's right. They
If
did
I
play.
remember correctly, if the Cowboys won, which all that matters now,
Okay, so-
Nello has to wear a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader's outfit on Beach Drive in downtown St. Pete in front of the Museum of Fine Art
and hold up and,
and
say, we
give
want a D.
That's
two-
not what we're doing.
and give 2 full cheers.
no.
Yes, that was the deal.
No.
I
Hey,
know the
play it
cheers
back.
weren't part of it, but the fact that you've got to be out there in the Dallas
Yes.
Cowboys cheer. We did say that you had to do a cheer.
I will
Yes.
do Ed Sheeran, but it's not. Give me a D is
No,
not coming
it's-
out of my
Hey,
mouth.
wait a minute. Come
Let's
on
just
now.
be clear
Hey,
right
it's-
now.
You just
You,
gotta.
hey, it's UGLY. You ain't got no alibi. You ugly.
That's fine.
Hey, you
I'll
ugly.
do that. I ain't doing give me a D, and that's not happening.
You spell out the word defense. It's so innocent.
I'll pass on that. Thank you, though.
Give me a D, and the video just cuts short.
Choreography for this cheer is currently in the works.
Well, let's not do too crazy. You don't want to see Twinkle Toes fucking actually really dance.
We need to make him do a TikTok.
And there
dance
is
while
no
he does it.
split. There is like splits is not happening. Do not ask. 'cause
Science,
it's not
science
happening.
won't let that happen. No, we know.
Yeah, we already knew that.
Like,
You're
come
gonna
on,
find
the
a TikTok
Giants.
dance that you can do.
No
Let's talk.
kidding.
The Giants' offense literally was out of the game in the first half. Saquon, Danny Dimes, and Kenny Galladay.
And watching how quickly Saquon, delicious Sequicious' ankle swelled up like that, I was like, he's out of there. See you, buddy. That was serious, or it
I
looked
think
serious.
that's a little more than a high ankle sprain.
Yeah.
Well, that's not even a high ankle, it'll be low ankle.
And like we were talking about in the group, how
High
about
ankle's up here in your
Kadarius
calf.
Tony swinging on somebody in a helmet?
I don't get
Hey,
why
sometimes
people
you
do
get
that.
mad, man.
You punch a helmet though?
Oh, absolutely. They still feel it.
How about when Aaron Donald took off all his pads except his helmet, then went over to fight an entire squad of guys all still wearing their pads?
At least he had his helmet on.
I'd still be afraid.
Yeah.
Like that kid's so good, and then he lost himself. In
Some
for
of those
5 seconds.
offensive linemen are pretty big boys. I don't know. I mean, anyway.
Our resident expert picker, Mr. Ryan, is the only one that picked the Chiefs against a Bills team that has been outscoring their opponents by like an
40.
average of 40 points the last 4 weeks.
And where's Earl Clark been? Has he played all year at all?
But honestly,
That's a lot of money on that bench.
what teams have they played, though?
The Bills?
Yeah.
Well, they just beat the Chiefs.
Badly.
Who
So
also
there's
have
that.
a horrible
They
defense as
lost
well.
to the Pittsburgh Steelers, but beat everyone else.
And the Pittsburgh Steelers was more they lost the game because of like a block punt for a touchdown and some other stuff. If I'm not mistaken.
And then we all took the Ravens for Monday night. in which-
Dude, honestly, I was sitting there all night like, come on, Colts. I wanted them to win that game so bad. Jonathan Taylor had a game played outside of his mind. He was really having a night.
He did.
And I don't know what screwed it up for him, man.
I'll tell you what did.
Lamar
I
Jackson.
believe I said this last week. We're going to see Lamar Jackson throw the ball.
Like-
Like 442 yards. He ran for 65. I'm no fortune teller, and I don't know football well enough to call it that good.
That was really good.
But I will tell you this. We are going to see several more 300-plus yard, multi-touchdown performances in the air out of him the rest of this season.
Let's just hope Wentz keeps losing and we Eagles get 3 top 10 picks.
That would be really interesting to see.
And I don't want a quarterback. Do not draft a quarterback, or I will fly to Philadelphia and fire Howie Roseman. I'll make up an email.
I will burn this place.
I will make up an email if I have to get rid of Roseman.
All
if
right,
we take a quarterback this draft.
let's get into our actual. Hold on, let's not get into our picks yet. I think we got a few more games that we're talking about. What do we?
Yes.
No, that's it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Monday night. That's it.
Well, I kind of wanted to at least touch on Brady and the Bucs.
Yeah.
They beat the Dolphins,
What was there?
man.
What's
I don't
there
care.
to talk
When's the
about?
last time you've ever seen a 44-year-old quarterback perform like Brady did?
It was the Dolphins team.
The
was
man
giving
put
up.
on a clinic. I don't care who you're playing.
He sure did, and our defensive line looked quite impressive.
Very good.
Now, I know that Miami did a lot of moving and shaking on their offensive line. As soon as I heard that, I said, oh, our secondary won't matter because we'll be all over Jacoby Brissett. Now, Brissett had a good game.
Yeah, he did.
He did what he does, which is manage the game, make some completions, and move the ball down the field. They just couldn't score when it counted. So
Yeah,
that's not saying
I mean,
much.
dude,
It's the Dolphins,
Brady made such beautiful throws and was just on point. You could see it.
I mean, Antonio Brown actually, I think, had the biggest day
Oh yeah,
of
2
anybody on our
touchdowns.
team. That guy was really playing his ass off, and you can tell that he genuinely cares about how well the team does, and he cares about not letting Brady down and doing his thing. Golly, when Gronk gets back, some of our red zone woes, which I feel like we've had, will start to go away as well.
Yeah.
Red
And
zone
what record was it?
What'd I say?
That broke for Antonio Brown, like first to 900.
Oh, first 900 receptions
Yeah,
In the amount of
fastest.
games,
The
wasn't it
fastest.
143
it's the
games?
fastest.
to
Yeah,
900 receptions.
it's
Yeah.
the fastest of any receiver since they've tracked that stat.
Wow.
So that's awesome.
I actually wanted just to bring up the Bengals game. I really liked that battle between Burrow and Rodgers. That was fun to watch. That game was real fun to watch in the morning.
Oh yeah, Burrow stepped up.
Another guy I want to highlight is Jamar Chase, who we were talking about in the preseason. Him talking about he was having issues catching the ball. I think there's only been one game he hasn't caught a touchdown.
I think
in.
it was his first game was the only one he didn't catch. a
He's
touchdown.
definitely showing he can catch the ball.
I mean, not only that, he's showing. It's kind of scary that he's definitely wide receiver one from day one.
And of course, next year, big ticket item in free agency is Devontae. Like, wow,
Yeah,
200 yards last week, something like that.
that guy, he's going to go, I think, wherever Rodgers goes. But at the same time, I don't know if you could afford them both.
I mean, that's true, but where would Rodgers go at this point? Free agents. where's he
Rodgers
going?
would make it work contractually.
He also said that
Pittsburgh.
he was really singing the praises of the Pittsburgh organization.
He was. But let's not
Majorly.
forget the whole cornerback out of the Patriots thing. Let's not forget that.
What?
Oh boy, that they were gone. We're going to release what's the old dude from the Patriots, the cornerback.
Gilmore?
Jimmy
Oh,
Garoppolo.
Gilmore.
Yeah.
Stephon Gilmore.
Oh, we're going to release him, and then he's following everybody on the Bucs. And we got all
my
this
God.
crap going on, and everybody's like, "Oh, we could do it. We could make it work." And then, bam, traded the Panthers.
But that was Belichick's game was
Yeah.
to release to
Well,
say,
I
hey, he's going to get
understand
released.
from
Someone
the
come get him.
Patriots side, but from Gilmore's side, do you honestly think if he says, "I'm not doing this"? Sorry, Panthers. If you trade for me, I'm not playing.
He wanted to play in
Hold on,
Carolina.
I will sit out. If he said that, then it wouldn't happen. And do you think the Patriots are going to go, "Oh yeah, we said we were going to release him, but now the deadline's here and we're not"? No, they'd release him. But he followed all those Bucs players down, and we were all talking about it. So
I think-
gladly went.
So
to
here's
them.
what happened. You do the release, and it doesn't become official till 4. So a team can come and be like, here's a 6th rounder. What do you say? And he's like, yeah, I'll go to Carolina. His house is like 2 or 3 houses down from the GM.
Well, he's also from South
I
Carolina.
know, but I'm just talking about how he followed all those Bucs players. And everybody's like, "Oh, the Bucs are going to get him. We need him." Oh,
well, he
yeah,
would have probably signed there if he was released. But
Yeah.
he didn't make it. And he has that thing called a contract that you were talking about
So
back in the
if
day.
he was released, and the Panthers and the Bucs made him offers, you don't think he'd take the Panthers if the money was similar?
I don't.
You just said it's. You just said
If he's
where he
released, he'll
wanted
come to the
go.
Bucks.
You
But I
said
think he
wanted to
didn't
go.
care either way.
The Panthers will still pick him up, same way they did in the trade.
Well, I think at that
understand.
point it becomes who gives him more money. if he's released.
I disagree with you. I think he wants to play for that championship team, and I don't think the Panthers are there yet. I think they're very good, but I don't think they're there yet. And I think he would have come to Tampa and made it work, and then we could do our, salary cap gymnastics like teams are doing now. But I think he wanted to come to Tampa and play for this defense because we needed him, and he would have made us dangerous.
Unbeatable.
So him going to the Panthers, that's fine. Like I said, he came from South Carolina, so he's probably got a house there, and he probably lives down there anyway, so he's probably not hating it too much, but he doesn't necessarily have to stay there.
No, he doesn't, right? He's a free agent either this year or next year.
Right.
So he could leave if he wanted to.
Exactly.
I mean, that's smart on the organizational aspect of Bill Belichick and the Patriots organization using manipulation tactics to get something for nothing.
Yeah.
They definitely could have used him this week against Houston, though. Jeez, David, the second giraffe of the NFL, Davis Mills, looked good.
Yeah, he kept the team in it. Couldn't get enough to win, but he kept the team in it. But that was another one. Like, speaking of that, the Colts, man, you could see how defeated they felt on the field in that game, and especially because they've been talking about they've had players-only meetings talking about how they need to step up and do what they need to do. And Darius Leonard, you could just see it on his face. That guy, by the way, is a monster.
Class act, too.
He is such an amazing player to watch.
100% agree.
And that's kind of why I was like, man, I really want to see these guys win. But
everybody was like, Wentz is back. Look, he's back. I'm like, it's still Carson Wentz, and the curse still continues, Carson. But thank you for playing 75% of the snaps for that first rounder next year.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, this week, guys, big. Let's get into this.
Let's get into this. Let's take our last break of the day, and then we'll be right back with our NFL picks. All right?
I'm excited.
Yeah, we're going to get into it. Wow. And we're back.
You hit the wrong button. You're supposed to play the Eagles theme song?
Why would I want that?
Well, the fight song was queued up. You hit the wrong button.
Do I want the police to feel like there's a group of Vietnamese people getting their intestines ripped out through their mouths?
Ouch. Is that what the Bucs are going to feel like when they lose on Thursday?
You think the Bucs are going to lose on Thursday?
I mean,
it's fun to pretend. I like to do that. I like to sometimes think that,
not pretend
that
when
I'm
it
a dragon and I can fly around and breathe fire.
Are you going to book it? Because,
first of all, how about we eat
the books? This is the book.
Wait.
You
Oh.
want to get out of that skirt?
I'm taking points, though.
Wow.
Oh, stop it. What are you talking about? Super Bowl champions?
You're not in the position to make demands here, 0-2.
Yeah.
So you either listen to the man or you don't.
So you want to go triple or not? So triple or nothing, or triple, and I don't wear the uniform, but I don't wear the cheerleading outfit, but I wear the uniform.
And I don't want to see
that one.
I don't want to see him blow somebody. So we're not going further.
So
down
what
this
happens
rabbit
if we go down this rabbit hole?
Somebody, no. Horse, maybe.
Oh wow, no, that's just all right. Well,
That's animal
Welcome
cruelty.
to the donkey show.
Poor animal. Could you imagine?
No, and nor would I. I'd be like, guys, I'm questioning what we're doing here at this point.
Big game this week.
So are you going to take that action?
What's the bet? I'm not taking a bet without a consequence.
Nello is running
what
up a
do we
tab.
do to
of
He
bets.
is.
Tab.
At some point, he's going to be like, yeah, sure, I'll become a Soviet super spy. I don't care.
I'm the Red Guardian.
What is it? Because I'm curious.
Yeah, what game are we taking?
I don't even know what I
Are we
would make
taking?
him
Hey,
do.
whoa, are we taking Dallas again? Let's do Dallas again.
I was going to do the Bucs versus
First of all, it's the Bucs versus the Eagles. How dare you? And what a great game to kick off the NFL week this week.
Dallas has been breaking off a piece of that
Oh
Kit
my
Kat
God.
bar
Shut
in your
up,
beehole
you
every
and
week.
Dallas.
Do you want to take his Bucs Eagles bet with me?
Let's go.
Okay. Get this shit away from me.
No, leave it there. I want you to
What's
watch.
this Bucs Eagles bet that you want to make?
I don't know what you want to do.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I feel bad for you. losing
Don't feel
all these
bad for me.
bets.
You guys are hurt on defense. Our offense is getting it together. Our defense is playing lights fucking out.
So
let's go.
There's your problem. Our
And-
offense is playing
And
lights.
we're going to run the ball to win.
The problem with taking
Watch.
Dude, what did we have a team 2 weeks ago that -4 yards?
Yeah, not this week. I feel like Miles Sanders is due for a big game. We haven't run the ball all year.
Is the Bucs rush
Hold on,
defense
just
the best
watch.
in the league,
we
or
haven't-
one of the best?
We haven't rushed the ball all year. Is your argument
Yes,
for why
I
you're
feel like you're
finally
gonna run the ball.
So teams that do know how to run the ball and want to run the ball and have been trying to run the ball and not succeeding.
Well, we haven't been trying at all.
Their thing is,
I just feel like this is the
we
week.
just shouldn't have been running the ball this whole time. We should have just waited till
You
the
know
number
what?
one defense in the league.
Yeah, we haven't run it. Let's start now.
How many of those ruffles did you have, bro?
Nah, not many.
too
I'm just
many.
telling you, your linebacker core is hurt. Your corners are hurt. Devontae and Hurts are kind of getting it together. The other receivers are doing his job. We still have Goddard, even though I think he's on COVID-19 list this week. or
I
some shit
will
like that.
say that you are underestimating Kevin Minter filling in for.
He's no Levante David, and I'll
Nope.
take those chances.
Nobody is Levante
Doesn't
David.
have to be.
I so wish that we played the Bucs this year. I really do.
We probably shouldn't. You probably shouldn't take this bet with me because I got to be honest with you. I'm trying to think about what he should do if he loses, and all I want is 3 servings of penne alla vodka.
Right, but if you do it, you have to have some sort of henna tattoo of "I love Jimbo Fisher." It'll come off in a few weeks, but you have to have it on you.
Depending on where,
And it's not permanent because henna does come
Yeah,
off.
I know. Depending on where, I'm okay with that.
Well, you have to wear it somewhere where it is somewhat visible. Not
Well, I do work in
Yeah, I
a
was like,
professional
no,
no,
environment.
it obviously can't
I
be
can't
on your
have a neck
forehead.
tattoo
No.
of- I love Jimbo Fisher.
But
in
maybe on like
Sanskrit.
your forearm or something, where every once in a while we wear a short sleeve shirt, you'll see it there, and you have to see it.
on the underside.
I'm not sure. Maybe even on the
Can't
over. and you
do
can-
up here, man. Because
maybe like here, this way, where
how about
you
right
have
there?
to
How
see
about
it.
on that other side?
Like this way, right there, where you have
Like
to
right
see
here?
it.
Good. You guys
Yeah.
are really
okay.
illustrating
All right.
this for the folks listening at home.
I know, right? But
So,
it's
all right, is
wonderful.
that what we're going with? Are you really betting against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Fucking book it.
Man, he is not a smart man.
By the way, Giuseppe, your bet's
But
in for the shop as well.
There's the handshake.
sandwich for the money's in, plus the points for you, though.
I am about to get
You're not going to get shit, man.
3 servings of chicken penne alla vodka, which mind you, 3 Tony and Nello servings.
There's a lot of
I was gonna
servings.
say,
It's
that's
like
gonna feed you for
7 and a
forever.
half.
Are all
half
3 of us
servings.
going to watch this?
Nobody gets it but me.
No, I'm into it.
I'm
I
not
just-
even allowing my wife to have any
Right.
of the leftovers as I eat it for 3 days.
But you're going to get that fucking henna, so it's going to be wonderful. And you're going to have to look at that bitch for the weeks that it's
Okay,
still
so
there.
let's go ahead because I have a feeling I know where these picks are going. It's one of those games where we're all on one, and then there's one person on a wing and a prayer over here.
You would be correct.
And I got my Tampa Bay Buccaneers beating the Philadelphia Eagles, but I think your Achilles heel is Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is not going to be able to produce what you need him to do. Sure, your defense is going to be good, but they're going to crack eventually. Name me all your defensive studs, big guy. Name me who's going to take care of that
Hargraves
Buccaneer
and
offense.
Fletcher Cox.
Hargraves? You talking about the guy that they shipped out of fucking Tampa?
Vernon
the,
Hargraves?
No, the guy from the defensive tackle from Pittsburgh.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
and then
Fletcher Cox.
Okay, let's keep going.
We have Ryan Kerrigan who's showing up again.
Let's keep
We
going.
have Sweat on the outside who just got an extension.
Montez Sweat?
Yeah, the guy from Florida State actually.
Nope.
Yeah, he's defensive end. He was defensive end for Florida State.
Montez
Maybe it's not
Sweat. I
Montez.
thought it was Mississippi State.
Maybe it's not. No, it's Florida State. It was something Sweat. And then Barnett on the other side to hold it down. The linebackers, forget it. We still have corners. We have McLeod coming back. We have Darius Slade doing his thing. We'll be fine.
Hey, Tristan Wirfs is going to block all of them.
You can
Yeah,
say whatever you want,
Tristan
but
Wirfs could.
he plays on the outside. It's the interior of that line that's
I ain't worried about
dangerous.
that.
It is dangerous, but we've also got Ali Marpet, who was a top 100
Yeah.
guy this year.
And I think our
And
offensive line is going to get done this week.
You are not going to pressure Brady that much.
And
We'll
Ryan
see.
Jensen. And Ryan Jensen's back, too. He was hurt this week.
Yeah, I got to pressure Brady.
I think the Bucs are going to overlook us because we're not good on paper. They're going to take this week off. Not off,
Bucs
but
ain't overlooking anybody.
you'll see.
I can tell you that
You'll
right
see.
now.
If this was a Jameis
even
Winston,
last year, the Bucs took a little break in the middle of the season and then came back roaring at the end. And I
So-
think this is one of those games.
you're hoping that's the case. All right, yeah. Yeah, let's move on to the next game. I think Tampa Bay is really going to put
And Jalen Hurts is going to shut some people up.
All right, so we got the Dolphins versus the Jaguars.
Give me the Dolphins. Jaguars still a dumpster fire with Urban Meyer. He can't get in a fight with Trevor Lawrence and win the game and have that team yelling grind as they leave team meetings.
So I picked the Jags. Hey.
So did I. I think Trevor Lawrence is starting to turn it on a little bit, and Miami is just the team to get caught asleep.
I'm taking the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Split down the middle.
I just think their quarterback situation isn't going to be great.
Brissett hasn't been
that's
bad,
one of
though.
those big situations. All right. Cincinnati and Detroit.
Too many injuries on Detroit, man. Now their center's out. Their wide receivers out.
I'm still taking Detroit with Burrow with his whole neck thing going on.
Joe Mixon, Jamar
Ryan's
Chase.
the lone man out.
That's my thing. If there's no Joe Burrow, there's no pick for the Bengals. If Joe Burrow is in, they're the pick. That's where I'm going with
That's
this.
pretty much what I'm basing it off
So
of. But
that's what I want to say. If Burrow starts, yeah, I'm with the Bengals. So I guess for right now, I'll stay with them. I'll stay with the Bengals. But if
Burrow's playing. He practiced yesterday.
then I'm going Bengals all day.
oh yeah, so I'm changing that too. I'll take the Bengals. I thought he would be out after his whole throat was hanging out.
No, he went to the hospital that night, and he was back at practice yesterday and today.
All right, so let's get into Chiefs at Washington.
We're all Chiefs.
I figured as
That's-
much.
I just don't. That offense.
That's fairly
How about
simple.
what's his name? Stephen A. Smith saying the Chiefs are done.
That's too early.
I mean, that's Stephen A. Smith being Stephen A. Smith.
Shock
Yeah.
jock.
He loves to give those ultimatums.
Okay.
Honestly, I think the Chiefs might be better with the Edwards-Helaire being out. Maybe they actually run the ball with Darrell Williams, who was actually their starter before he opted out for COVID and
Yep.
all that.
I don't.
They can get that running because they haven't ran the ball really.
At all.
No.
So they've had no
He's
run
had
game.
fumble problems.
It's also them missing those offensive linemen that were there last year.
Yeah.
That's a massive piece of the team to walk away, and you're asking Mahomes to do a lot more.
But here's the thing that people keep giving Mahomes shit about. He's always been a gunslinger, throw the ball. So now he's got a few interceptions. That's been his MO since the career started.
Yeah.
Fearless and not afraid to throw the ball.
Well, I think he's thrown picks before in previous seasons where he was lighting it up. But the thing is, they were just winning,
yeah.
Yeah.
and now they're not.
They were destroying people.
Yeah.
But to say that he's lost a step or too many interceptions, he's been the same throughout his whole career.
By the way, just for effect, the Stanley Cup champion banner is going up in Amalie Arena right now on the TV. 2020-2021 Stanley Cup champions.
Look at it coming out of the ice.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
I wonder if Brady likes Philly cheesesteaks for lunch.
Oh my God, that looks good.
Yeah, he's probably going to be eating one on the sideline when our backups come in to dust y'all off.
Well, no, he might have one before the game, but
so-
it's not going to happen that way.
Straight avocado cheesesteaks. That's what he eats.
How about Minnesota Vikings going up against the Carolina Panthers?
So I like this. We're split down the middle. It's me and Nello for the Panthers, and it's you and Ryan for Minnesota. I want to know why.
Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, if he comes back, and if not, Alexander Madison. He stepped
Jefferson
up big.
Jefferson
So,
also has been coming on lately, so him doing his thing, Thielen. I think they're just too consistent of a team right now, and if their defense, which they typically have a stout front seven, can make Darnold get nervous like the last couple teams have, I think they're designed to beat them.
Are they going to be able to do that now that McCaffrey's back?
No.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. I think so.
That's the big game changer is McCaffrey is back.
Yeah.
But I also think that Zimmer call is too conservative and just tries. Once he sat on that lead, just tried to win the game instead of putting the pedal to the metal
I think
against the Lions, and that's why he got close.
I'd say it's 40% McCaffrey back, 60% that Panthers defense is going to show up.
Yeah. They've got their hands full this week, but
To
we'll
your
see.
point, Thielen and Jefferson, just take care of those two and let your front seven do your thing.
Then you've got Dalvin Cook to worry about.
And they've got a strong front seven, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
they can definitely just
Mattinson's
blitz.
no slouch.
They can
Slouch,
blitz
excuse
four and be okay.
Yeah. All right, how about this one? We got Houston versus the Colts.
Give me Texas.
Nello with the only
Give me Texas. Listen,
He's
man,
taking
I'm
the
not telling you.
Texans.
Listen, Tyrod Taylor could be back, and the Texans look good with Tyrod, okay? He's still a mobile quarterback. He has a decent throw on the run. They looked really good against the Pats. They looked really good in most of the games they've played. Why not? The Colts are obviously down on their luck.
I think the Colts are freaking so bitter losing to the Ravens. I think Wentz and company come out and win that game.
Plus,
I just think they're overall better.
And I'll add to it that Colts defense is not what it's supposed to be this year.
No.
Nowhere near what it was last year.
Agreed.
And we're getting to that point in the season where they're like, we got to make some real changes. And I think we're going to start seeing that here because at the end of the day, the Texans, I don't care if Tyrod Taylor's back or not, they're just not a team that can come out and put up points at will. I don't care who they're playing.
I don't know. Did you see what he did against the Patriots?
Yeah.
That the Bucs
Patriots
couldn't even do that against them. And we're talking about the Texans.
You can't compare those two. That's a whole different dynamic
Different
of Brady being back
situation,
in New
yeah.
England. You look at every game except the Bucs game for the Patriots, and they're lackluster.
Okay, I like that coach. I think Crowley's doing his job,
All
or
right,
whatever his
all right.
name is.
Hey,
I don't think he's
you're the
bad.
only one that picked him. If you're right, you're right.
Yeah.
We'll make sure to reference this.
Let's go to one that I don't think anybody's going to be picking against.
Not
Rams
with
over
a backup
Giants.
offense. No way.
Rams over
Rams.
Giants. You put all three of those starters
Even if
back
they're
in with
healthy.
the Giants. I'm taking the Rams.
Right there with you.
I agree. You're right about
Here's
that.
a really, really tough one. This is probably the toughest game to pick all week. Chargers versus Ravens.
Listen, it is tough. But Justin Herbert
Stud.
is finding that groove
Yeah.
that has taken him from a very good sophomore quarterback after a ridiculous rookie year.
Yeah.
And he is finding it. He looks smooth. I like watching him play.
He plays with just a calm coolness to him. Like, even if he's behind, he's just never shaky,
Hey.
never nervous. He's just like looking it in the face and say, "Fuck you, today we're winning." Like,
Yeah.
it's
He's excellent.
unbelievable.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you. I got the Chargers winning, but it's going to be a tough game.
I'm not discounting. I'm not. But I absolutely. I'm not discounting the Ravens. And y'all know. Y'all know I'm loving Lamar right now. I'm loving him throwing. But that Chargers defense on the pass is very good.
that's
It
where
is.
I give the edge to.
Derwin James.
That Chargers defense is showing up week in and week out. But on top of that, have you ever seen that movie 2 for the Money? Mm-hmm. Pacino and Matthew McConaughey about the gambling site.
No.
So that opens up with McConaughey. He's this quarterback. He's got this long hair, and he's a college quarterback that gets hurt. And all I see in Herbert is just that. Well, all right.
I agree.
Let's get out here and throw some touchdowns, boys. What y'all think?
I actually think that the game is going to be won differently, though. I think it's going to be Bosa versus Owe. If Owe can keep dominating like he's been doing against that Chargers, and if Bosa can come out and get Lamar, he has to get Lamar.
I don't think they got to get Lamar.
That's going to be the matchup.
Okay, so that secondary, that pass protection is going to give them enough time that Lamar's going to have to start scrambling, maybe get outside that pocket, and that's where Bosa comes in. I think that Chargers defense is built to beat this Ravens team. And then you got Justin Herbert firing that pigskin all around the field.
Everywhere.
I mean, Eckler is putting up serious numbers.
He's the guy to worry about. He's the guy to
passing
worry
and
about.
running. It's both of them.
He's using every wide receiver. Mike
That
Williams,
Ravens defense
Allen.
can't stop that offense, and that Chargers defense, that secondary is legit, guys.
I'm just telling you, Owe
Legit.
is a stud. Great pickup by the Baltimore Ravens.
All right, let's get into the next game. Green Bay Packers going against Chicago Bears in Chicago.
Packers.
Yeah.
I like what Justin Fields is doing.
Of course you would.
Yeah.
I like it. There's a lot of injuries on the Packers. The Bears defense is
Zadarius
good.
Smith is out. Yeah, that's huge for them.
There's a lot of injuries on the
I
Packers.
got a question.
They
Is,
haven't been able to run the ball as good with Jones and Dillard. I'll take the Bears in home.
Hey, is number 12 still playing?
He is.
Is number 17 playing?
But
Yeah.
Khalil Mack is on the other side still.
So's 33,
That's it.
and so's 18.
Yep. It's a wrap.
Khalil Mack is still there.
But here's the thing. That's great. That's great. I named a lot more weapons than just Khalil Mack. But here's another thing, too, is Jalen Smith. Does he come in and start playing this week? He was out. He didn't play last week. And so Zadarius Smith is gone, and Jalen Smith has stepped in to play that role.
Is he going to die for the player after he's 20 feet away again?
I don't care. He's a very good linebacker.
Cool. If he was any good, he would have been on the Cowboys.
So we're all Packers except for Mr. Nello with the Bears.
I don't know. I just like Justin Fields. The Bears looking rough.
Sure.
All right, then we got.
And I will give him this: the team that plays the Packers year it's Florida's Kentucky.
Yeah,
I'll give them that. The Bears will take a MVP. I mean, even if Devontae Adams and everybody else is showing up, they take an MVP Aaron Rodgers and they bring him back down to earth. They make him look human. And he's having lights out year, right? So I can't blame you for it, but I think that's a stretch right now.
I think I might be the only one on this one this week.
No, you're not. You're not.
We've got Arizona in Cleveland.
But I want to know why.
Because I think they expected to win last week, and I think they are going to really come out firing. And why? Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is why.
I mean,
their defense is really good, but Nick Chubb and that offense, if Cleveland could just convert a couple more times,
Baker,
they're winning 2 really big games. I just like Arizona's a good team. They're not going to go undefeated. They're a good team, and they are looking really strong right now. But I don't think even Myles Garrett or any of them are going to be able to control Kyler Murray. So it's going to be a shootout. But I think when it comes to controlling the clock, I'm going to give the advantage to Cleveland at home.
Yeah,
if it was in Arizona, this pick swings.
I agree.
I should know, old boy, is it James Conner?
Yeah.
So
for the Cardinals, yeah.
Let's not sleep on Conner.
Right, for short yardage goal line. But did you see what both Chubb and Hunt did against the Chargers?
If the Cards can get up through some great plays in the air and get a touchdown or 10-point lead, Conner can burn that clock and get first down.
This will be the best offensive line Arizona has played all year.
You mean the best defensive line.
Or defensive
and
line.
offensive line as well.
I get it. Listen, I'm the guy that picked Cleveland to beat the Chiefs week 1.
Yeah, so did
I still think they would if OBJ was healthy, but the ifs are the what are. So, but I just think this Cards team is, man, they're playing ball.
My number one concern is Baker Mayfield's going to have to throw the ball to win or keep them in the game, like you said, just make a few throws. Will he be able to with this torn shoulder? That's it. Other than that, I like the Browns too.
Well, he took the Browns, so it's Nello and Jack for the Browns, and it's me and him for the.
I think they're pissed over last week's
win.
win.
I also feel better about my pick.
I mean, last
because our resident expert over here
I'm taking the Cards.
is also taking the Cards.
All right, let's look at the next one: the Raiders versus the Broncos.
We all took
Broncos.
No, he took the Raiders.
I took the Raiders.
He is betting against the Gruden effect. Now we're now going to call it.
I think the players are going to. I agree, I almost did that because I thought they're going to put up or shut up and show people that they're not John Gruden. They're a better team than they are, but there's too much bullshit behind that team.
Yeah. And this is a division game. Denver wants to win this one. They're at home at Mile High. Home field advantage sometimes can make a big difference, and one of the places it physically makes a difference is Denver.
And they have a good defense.
Yeah.
Come on. Look at what the Chargers did. I know the Chargers have such great defense, but the Broncos have a good enough defense.
Yeah. Where are you going with this next one, Nello? That's what I want to know.
If the Broncos lose this week, they'll go from 3-0 to 0-3, and they'll be pretenders because everyone said that they played nobody in their first 3 games.
Where do you think Nello's going with this next one?
I have a feeling he's going with the Patriots.
In Belichick, we trust.
He is.
Is it in Belichick we trust, or is it I can't pick the Cowboys?
No, it's not I can't pick the Cowboys. I thought the Cowboys would have lost last week to the Giants.
He is taking one of the worst scoring offenses in the league.
Yeah.
And he is picking them against one of the best scoring offenses.
I'll tell you this.
League.
I'll tell you this. Trevon Diggs does not pick off Mac Jones.
Oh, no. Mac Jones doesn't throw it.
I don't think he's going to throw.
I'd book that if I booked things.
I would, man, there's a lot I would do.
Yeah.
I'd put a lot on the line if you said, okay, if I was allowed to say no interceptions, but if it's off a tip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
That's true,
the quarterback can't help that. I would bet a lot. I'd probably put my house down.
I don't think it gets
As in
that
a
way.
true
I think
bad
Belichick
decision.
does his job against them.
Yeah.
As in a he threw it, nobody touched it but the guy that picked it.
Am I the only one?
The Cowboys are
you're the
on
only
a level right now that's going to get them pretty deep into the playoffs if they show up hot.
I don't think Gallup's coming back this week, but it's not yes or no yet.
I know somebody's got him in our league.
Even if he doesn't, there's still not going to be a problem to knock off the Patriots. I mean, come on.
All right, Seahawks in Pittsburgh at Heinz Field.
Steelers. I don't trust Geno Smith.
Yeah, I'm taking the Steelers due to the injury to good old Russ.
And we don't know Chris Carson's coming back either.
That's another big one, man. And TJ Watt being in, I think. But how about Juju Smith-Schuster being out?
I think they'll play better.
They've still got Deontay Washington. They've got Chase
Johnson?
Claypool.
James Washington.
James Washington
is a bad dude.
Yeah.
Chase Claypool's good.
Chase Claypool's good. I wouldn't say he's their top guy, even with Juju Smith-Schuster out.
No. I would honestly put Johnson up there.
Yeah, I think he's a fantastic player.
Yeah.
If you need to go a player that goes and gets the ball and is a possession catch guy, like every once in a while to break up rhythm or to get a big play, Chase Claypool's your guy.
Now,
Yeah,
this last game, I don't want this to be a big thing with a big whole hullabaloo. I want you two to make a bet on this game. It's just something minor, just something pride or whatever you want it to be. Because, and here's why: all of us, including the Titans fan Ryan, picked the Bills, but Nello picked the Titans. So I would love for y'all to bet that as opposites of your teams.
Yeah, but I want to know why you both picked why you picked.
Right,
I know
wanna
why
know
you
that.
picked why you picked.
But I'd
I
like
wanna
just
know.
a little friendly handshake on something simple, like the loser has to bring us all snacks to eat Tuesday.
Okay,
Just something easy like that.
all right.
Whatever.
So
I'll bring donuts.
I'm
Let's
down
hear
with
it.
that.
Let's
And
hear
there
it.
won't be Krispy Kreme.
You son of a bitch. you sandbagging son of a bitch.
All right, let's hear it.
No, like Derrick Henry's on fire. The Buffalo Bills are great. Okay, don't get me wrong. But like you guys said, the Chiefs defense is nothing to go home to. Okay.
Chiefs.
Yeah, we're talking about if we're going off of last week and how the Bills look
No,
so
we're actually
good.
going off the last 4 weeks where
Right.
they've
Right. So 4 weeks. So in a
Average of 40
decent
points.
running game with Najee Harris, the Steelers won.
Yeah.
So
that
you
happens
have the
often.
best running back in the NFL in a long time who has over 4,700 yards. Why would I bet against them when I know that they're not going to be able to stop both Julio, AJ, and
Julio's
Derrick
out.
Henry?
Well,
Is he
we're
out
also-
though?
No, he's questionable right now.
I'm
So-
pretty sure they said
No,
they're
because
gonna
AJ
work
Brown paid last week,
He's
and I think
questionable.
Julio's coming back.
He's questionable, but he is not. He did not participate yesterday, and I haven't read about today.
You're also talking week 1 with no film on Najee, no film on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
You have film on Derrick Henry. It doesn't fucking matter.
That's
You
what I
have
was
the
gonna say.
last 4 weeks of the Bills scoring.
Right.
I agree.
Scoring at will.
Defenses hasn't been that good. Not
That's-
saying that Tennessee's is great because they lost to the
That's
Jets.
where I give the edge to the Bills is defense. Right now, we can't stop anything, man. We couldn't stop a little league team from scoring.
But if you
You
keep
go-
them off the field with the running game,
He's going to
they
wish he
don't
had
have the chance.
Singletary.
The problem is Derrick Henry can
Yeah.
get down the field in a hurry. I mean,
He's the best running back in the league, and at the pace he's going, probably all time.
How do you beat the Bills? You take time of possession and you just run
And see,
and you run and you run and you run.
And
you
as
put
we-
pressure on Allen to make him win the game.
It won't take the Bills long to stop that run, even Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Enough.
I don't know.
All you need are 3 downs in a row to get 6 yards or less.
Derrick Henry's going to eat, but they're not going to run him like that. And that's been the Titans' problem, I feel. Like, you don't like the play calling that's coming out of Bill O'Brien. Some of the play calls that we've been having, I do not like at all.
Well-
like, you got 2-2 back there. Who gives a fuck if he's got to touch the ball 40 times a game to win? Like,
Well,
Do it.
that's about keeping him healthy.
Well, you
I
want him to
understand
touch the
that,
ball
but
20
he's
games a year,
never-
a game, 20 times a game to go through the whole year.
Yeah.
but if you're not going to get to the end, and if you're not going to make it to the playoffs,
If this game becomes
Close
a
it all
shootout,
for.
because
I
what's
get that.
what's it all for?
I get that 100%.
And- Right now, they're just not doing it. And I mean, AJ Brown really isn't doing much. Not like I thought he would. Nor Julio. He's not there.
Julio's not been there, yeah. This has been a
So-
very different Julio Jones.
Yeah, and this is not the offense that I foreseen us having.
well,
to
your
be
OC
quite
is
honest.
in Atlanta, and he's
And at the
doing good
beginning
there.
of the year, every single one of us in here were like, damn,
yeah,
the Titans
it's-
are going to win the Super Bowl.
It's
100%.
And Taylor Lewan keeps getting his ass whooped week in and week out.
Yeah, he has, which is kind of shocking, too.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's just on a decline or he's got other things in his life that he's worried about. I can't say Vrabel's lost intensity. That's one of the most intense dudes ever. By the way, we just watched the absolutely disgusting save.
Shed some
by
leather
Vaz.
there. with
Vaz
that
just
glove.
put that glove on the money.
And did this dude, I don't know if he sleeps.
Look at this shot, dude. He put it on. He put
Fast
it on a rope.
wrister.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Bam, glove.
Yeah, you guys have no problems when you got that
Whoa.
guy.
Yeah, so for Buffalo, I think their offense is just too damn good with Josh. Oh my God, Josh Allen doing what he did last week. The way he was running on that defense, he was impressive.
Yeah.
I mean,
We
not just
talked.
that, but they've got good players. They've got Singletary, who if I had Pollard, I'd trade for him, and they've got Stephon Diggs and not Adam Humphries. Is it Adam
Cole
Humphries?
Beasley.
Cole Beasley.
Listen.
right
And
there-
Emmanuel Sanders. Which
prior to the season, we all discussed this on this show. When if it comes down to the Chiefs and the Bills, surprisingly, we're more worried about the if the Chiefs don't make it.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Then the Bills, we were all consensus that it could very well be the Bills going to the Super Bowl.
I think
Well,
it's
y'all
their
were.
year.
I honestly still am not sold on the Bills.
I get that. I understand. 4 weeks in a row, 40-plus points. I get it. Okay, it's fine. But
the Wild West kid.
look at what's going on right
the
now.
Wild
Yeah.
West kid can play with Buffalo.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert is putting up Allen numbers,
right.
and that offense can play with that offense.
So you guys have 2 bets going this week,
Don't get
huh?
me wrong. I want my Titans to win. I just don't think it'll happen. I'm a realist. So,
I would like for them to have a little something just because he's the only one that took the Titans.
We've already got the,
I
the
really
snacks
wanted to.
thing going for that game.
really want
okay.
But what's on the docket for the Bucs Eagles just for the kids at home?
The henna.
I'm getting a henna tattoo
No, that's right.
that says I love
Jimbo.
Fisher on my arm where it's
rough.
readily available.
And it's going to be
that's a rough
really
one.
nice and big. Obviously not
And-
too big, but you're going to have
but-
to see it.
Thankfully for
Man, fuck
me.
that. I can't go against my boys. Tighten up.
Wow.
Are you
So
you're
it's-
changing it?
Tighten up.
Flippity flop.
I can't do
Oh.
it. I can't.
It's the hardest thing to do. I did it last week, and I felt so dirty picking the Eagles. this week.
floppies.
Yeah.
You had no
There
faith
it
in them.
is. All right.
We're
We're
so-
going to take on the NFC
but
South and win both. beat
Thankfully
both of you
for
guys.
me, I'm not going to share any of this Panay vodka with Jackie.
Yeah,
I'll
don't.
give-
She
I'll
won't be
give-
getting any.
I'll give Ruthie a little bit of it, but when the Bucks win, I am getting 3 servings, of which we will all dine together. Well,
Yeah.
you'll be working,
Oh,
cooking
thanks.
for us.
Oh, wow.
But the
See that rub?
other 3 of us will dine together for dinner.
Yep.
We'll have a very lovely time.
Uh-huh.
And then you'll send me home with 2 to-go orders.
Well, not only will you have that lovely time, A, you're going to be paying for it, and B, you're going to have a lovely henna tattoo that says,
Well,
I love
but
Jimbo
I
Fisher
don't-
for at least 3 weeks, which is going to
Well,
be
but
amazing.
I'm not supposed to pay for my 3 servings of
Right.
Panay vodka.
But you will when you lose.
That's not going to happen.
I'm
tell you
excited.
what, though.
Thursday can't come fast
You
enough.
know what
Yeah.
I love about this bet is
What?
even if I do lose, God forbid.
you're
I'm
gonna give me the 7 points?
Yeah, I'm gonna have this hit. No, that's not what we do this.
Oh, wow. Don't be
I'll
scared.
have the head tattoo.
They cover.
And yeah,
Eagles
I'm gonna
will
pay
cover.
for it, but I'm still gonna go eat Tony and Nello.
Yeah, right?
I mean, this is how you make bets.
But you're
right.
still going to have
It's a
that tattoo.
win-win.
I was about
love
to say you
Jimbo.
call that a win-win because it's not permanent.
But we will take a picture with you and your dad in front of the kitchen like y'all do with the famous people. I'll do
Wow.
whatever you want to do with it. I'm down with that. I understand it.
Yeah, we're not going to make you do
Oh my
dinner rush
God,
in
that
a Dallas
sounds great.
Cowboys
So
uniform.
when you have the tattoo, you have to hold your forearm up, and I'll put you on that fucking wall forever.
Put it up there, baby. It ain't gonna happen.
I love it.
I just can't wait for the group chat
should have to
Thursday
get two, so
at
you're,
about
like,
9:15,
doing those poses.
where we
I
get
love
the
Jimbo
where we
Fisher.
where we get the honorary fuck. Or we get one of those situations where you guys get up by 3 points and we get the text like, get ready for that tattoo, Clay. You're going to get it. You're going to have to eat it. And then a quarter later, you're like, I fucking hate my life. Why would I bet against stupid fucking Tom Brady?
Oh, my
Bullshit interception.
And for the record, if I may speak, the last Super Bowl that Thomas Brady lost was against the Mighty Birds.
How many has he won since then?
Yeah.
The Mighty Birds.
How many has he won? How many has he
Thank
won?
you.
Hey, how many has he won since
At
then?
this point, you're getting to the NFL's equivalent of Uncle
Yeah.
Rico.
How
But
many,
Jack's the
how
football
many
over
has
the
he won
mountain.
since then?
I don't give a shit
And
how
how
many
many
he's
have
won.
the Eagles won since then?
I don't care who beat him. That's all that matters.
Wow.
Does Tom Tom Brady has more Super
He's gonna
Bowls.
be talking about that Philly special to
Is
his
it then
grandkids.
every
The greatest
other-
play that's
is it
ever been
then
played in an
every
NFL
other
game.
team?
Say again?
Not combined. Is the stat that Tom Brady has more Super Bowls?
Nobody
than
cares.
Every other team, not
Still don't
combined,
care.
but individually,
Yeah,
he
he
has
does.
more personally than every other team.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
No one still cares though.
He's also got one with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which his one with the Bucs
That's
has
awesome.
tied your one win with the Eagles.
Cool.
The Bucs as a franchise have more than the Eagles
Yep.
because they're a better team. But
I don't know about that. That's okay.
Yeah, where's Mark
if McNabb
Wahlberg
would
for
just
you
not
now,
go to the
bro?
bar before the big games, it would be great.
what's that?
We'd have two. If McNabb wouldn't go to the bar before the game, we'd be having
Woulda,
two instead of
shoulda.
puking in Jacksonville.
Coulda.
This is what I love about my demeanor is if I was the fan of a team that their claim to fame was Mark Wahlberg.
Wait, Wahlberg's is a Patriot.
Exactly, but the movie Invincible.
Invincible.
Oh,
I knew what
wow.
he was talking about.
That's
Polly,
their claim
Vince
to
with
fame.
Polly.
Gotcha.
I
Wow.
wouldn't talk that much shit, but you know.
Yeah, and he was a special teams guy. Wasn't even a fucking
Was it-
starter.
Yeah,
was it
special
punter
teams.
or something. Okay.
No, he was on.
All I'm saying,
maternity.
Brady practiced isn't packing lunch. He's having cheesesteaks in the city of Philly on Thursday, and they're going to be lovely. Two at a
See,
time.
It's like, when your kid walks up and is like, Dad, I jumped over the river of lava with my laser sword. That's how you sound right now.
Just saying, fly
It's like-
Eagles fly.
Exactly.
I can't wait
At
to
this
beat
point,
the
you're
fucking
making
Bucs.
shit up.
Joe better have my money too once the
You're
Bucs
the guy.
lose.
You're the guy who walks up with the picture that we know sucks. You can't even trace, and you pull it up to us, and we go, "Hey, that's great, bud." That's how we feel about your Eagles pick.
By the way, I just saw Hedman break up across ice right in front of the crease. That dude is still on. Look at this play with the stick.
he's
No,
disgusting.
I don't even think he broke it up. I think your boy.
No,
Vince
he
snatched
definitely did. Look at that. Boom.
that. Oh, yeah.
Saved a goal there. What a play.
I don't know about a
Hedman,
goal, but it was a damn good play.
It was
Yeah,
Hedman.
it was Hedman.
It was Hedman.
I thought
It was a goal. He was open.
The guy at 44 was Jan Ruda. He didn't make
I
the play.
thought Ruda kind of blocked. Well, the guy was ready to take a slap shot at the goal.
Look at that stick. Look at that stick in between the player and the puck. Great play by Hedman. Go Flyers.
right,
Fly
roll
Eagles
Tide.
fly.
Roll Tide.
We'll see y'all next week. Thank you so much for checking it out and enjoying the Cigar City Sports Podcast. Please feel free to share it with your friends. Like the Facebook page. Join the group. Start talking some trash with us.
Nello's
see you
always
next
down
week.
to take a dumb bet too.
Wow. Fly Eagles fly this week. It's over. Bye, Bucks.
I'm just gonna come in with a shotgun and buckshot and just shoot that bird down.
Try.